Hello, everyone. This is Andres Restart. I am joined by my good friend Bo from Bo Talks Games. It's been a little bit since we've done a show together. How you doing, man?
I'm good. It's when was the last time? It was before the Switch 2 reveal, I think, wasn't it? It's been a while.
I have no idea.
it's been
I
well. You keep trying to get me
yeah.
on, and then I'm like busy or something. So yeah, it just doesn't line up. But I mean, I had
I
it
mean,
on
I also
set.
always
Got the
ask
direct.
you like 5 minutes before I'm going live, so it's just kind of
That is
like,
that is
hey,
also true.
you busy?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. Like, I actually did a show with Nishquick a few weeks ago, and he was like, "Yeah, we haven't done a show together in like 2 years." And I'm like, "What? Has it really been that long?"
That's crazy.
Yeah. So I don't know, man.
Time flies. It just happens.
Time flies. I mean, I will say that I don't know if I even call it a podcast anymore, but the live show I do has certainly taken a back seat as of late, right? So like I haven't been prioritizing setting up guests ahead of time and things of that nature.
We used to do it weekly, right? Now it's like every other week.
Yeah, it's supposed to be weekly.
Yeah, of course.
But I mean,
well, in these dry summer times, there's nothing to talk about, so Nintendo not exactly helping our case here.
That is an element of it, right? It's like I can always talk about. I mean, usually what I fall back on is like, I'm still making videos almost every day, right? So like, whatever I talked about, whatever I figured out over the last 6 or 7 days, that's probably what we're talking about, right? But I mean, yeah, like, when Nintendo goes 4 months without giving us a general direct, they skip pretty much the entire summer. There's a little bit less to kind of talk about, right? Like you got to kind of dig deeper, right?
Mm-hmm.
And for anyone asking about my voice, like this is a set right now. I just moved into a new place. Like I've just taken my second shower here, so there's still a lot of setup to be done. I do want to put a lot of soundproofing all back there. Maybe here, like because it's also technically my bedroom, but I just have like a big room, so I figured I could just do it in both. I before I had like 2 separate rooms, but now I'm paying for my own place in Miami, so I had some concessions needed to be made. Technically, there's another room, but I'm looking for a roommate. So,
if anybody in chat wants to move in with Andres, just let them know.
Yes, there will be a background check though, just for the record. But yeah, if you're in Miami, I do need a roommate. So, yeah. But anyway, yeah. So like, there's gonna be setup changes. Please, forgive the echoey audio. Although, Bo, you said it sounded okay though, right? I don't know if it sounds more.
Yeah. I think it's. I mean, it could be better, but it's fine. Like,
it is using the right mic, right? Like,
no, yeah, it's definitely the right mic.
Okay, you could just tell there's echo because there's no soundproofing.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool. I mean, we'll make do. Yeah. I mean, there is a carpet. There's sheets, and I do have like blackout shades, which helps. But I need
the actual like panels, the foam panels.
Yeah, it makes.
Dude, I have some of those, and they always fall down because they like at least the ones I bought off Amazon just had like a little sticky, like the 3M sticky tack you put on the back of it, and they did not give me enough. It's like 1 per square, and I'm like, this is not gonna stay.
Do you remember the set I had where it was like black and white hexagons?
Yeah.
So those were kind of expensive, at least for me, right? They're more expensive than just like the normal foam squares, right?
Yeah, I mean they look nicer too.
Yeah, they look nice. And I bought several sets, and I spent many hours like cutting and shaping it so it could fit around things and around picture frames and stuff. And they kind of all came with their own built-in adhesive. So when it came time to take it down,
it just ripped out.
They didn't rip off the paint, really. It was more so like the adhesive was still there. So that was a total mess. That was a nightmare. But I wonder if I should. My thought process now is maybe I should get like maybe like some sort of like wall my brain. This is not a complicated thing. Just wallpaper.
Just put wallpaper over the damage.
Wallpaper, right? Because hopefully the wallpaper comes off easier, right? And then I then put on the soundproofing, so whenever it does come time to move or change things around, I just take off the wallpaper. There you go.
That could work.
Yeah, that's the running theory. We'll see. It's more to buy though. I have to buy wallpaper and the soundproofing. But
how much is wallpaper really?
Probably not that expensive. So
yeah.
I haven't looked it up yet.
Just put some like Christmas wrapping paper up. it'll do the job.
I mean, if there's enough soundproofing to cover it.
Yeah, I mean that's like what,
right?
$5 for a tube.
No. Anyway, guys, if you could let me know how everything is looking and sounding, or we kind of already went over that, but if there's anything that can be adjusted, let me know and I'll see to it. But I think we're okay. Yeah, so, there's not much structure to tonight. We'll go back and forth with the chat. I do have some things I want to kind of talk about with Bo, and I'll be asking you guys in the chat as well. But yeah, the largest game-focused Nintendo Direct was just announced for this Friday. That's kind of a big deal. Maybe
it's incredible.
Biggest deal. Exactly.
Okay, so here is my morning. Because we saw like Switch 4 saying, okay, it's going to be announced. And I was like, okay, they probably will announce it 48 hours in advance because of, tomorrow. And I woke up at like 5:30 this morning and I checked Nintendo Today and it didn't say how long it was. So I waited 30 minutes. I saw the tweet from Nintendo of America on Twitter and it said 60 minutes. And I had to do a double take. I was like, wait,
right?
60? That's unheard of. The April Direct was 60, but that had 15, 20 minutes of hardware.
Yeah, a lot. I mean, there's a lot to explain, right?
Right.
For sure. So
even explaining what a Switch 2 edition is. They don't have to do that stuff now. I mean, it's possible they might. I mean, we can get to that later, but I think there might be some sort of service or something that needs explained at some point, but nothing too in depth.
I think we're on the same page though. We're pretty much in agreement that this presentation is going to have more time dedicated to actual games.
Yes.
So assuming all things are equal, and they also said the Switch 2 Direct in April would be approximately 60 minutes. So it's the same deal. It's being advertised the exact same way, pretty much, or very highly similar. There's going to be more time for games here by a significant margin, which is exciting. That means Nintendo has more to show, more to talk about.
I think what's especially exciting for me as someone who also enjoys third parties on Switch is that, we just got a partner showcase a couple of weeks ago. So we're double dipping on third parties, I would assume.
Yeah, I mean, it's interesting. The partner showcase announced Chronos for, other platforms, right? But for Switch 2 specifically, and it came out, already. It's already out. So there were things like that.
Yeah,
I don't know if we ever talked about The Adventures of Elliot together, but that game is fire.
No, actually, I told you to play
about it.
I was like, dude, you gotta play this demo. Yeah, that game is so awesome.
Love it. Do you think we get another update on that here?
No, I think they'll talk about Octopath again or something, but they'll save Elliot for next year.
I probably should care about Octopath, but I don't.
I'm 30 hours into Octopath 1. I started playing it as soon as they announced 0, and it's good. I don't know. I'm losing steam though.
Okay. Did you finish Silk Song? I think I saw you post about finishing Silk Song.
I finished it this morning. I still have a lot. There's optional stuff I need to do still, but I did roll credits this morning. Did you play it?
Nice. I have been playing it. I haven't played that much because I've been extremely busy, but I have been playing it.
That game is very good. I think I'm not a huge Hollow Knight guy. I don't think that I don't know. It's fine, but Silk Song I think is really, really good. The movement just feels really good.
So I haven't played Hollow Knight. It's been on my to-do list for years, like many other games that have been on my to-do list, right? I never played Dead Cells, for example. I know I should, right? I know I should. I also have Bayonetta 3, and I haven't finished it because I still need to finish Bayonetta 1 and 2.
You got to get on that.
Yeah, no, I'm actually almost done with Bayonetta 1, but I've been almost done for 2 years.
It's a short game. What are you doing?
I think I started playing it back in 2023, and then Prime Remastered came out, and then there was Tears of the Kingdom, and there was Future Redeemed, right? And then there was Pikmin 4, and then Mario Wonder, and I don't know. And then 2024, I just got a PS5 because Nintendo sucked in 2024. But
hey, we had emails.
There were some good things. Yeah. I did play MEO, but for what some it didn't suck me in.
Yeah, I mean, even if you liked it, it's still a short game anyway. That was the issue with their lineup last year. Every game was like 7 hours.
It was filler content.
Yeah, it was basically all filler. Yeah.
It was a very. I would say it's definitely in the running for Nintendo's weakest year during the Switch era, which is not a bad thing. There needs to be a weak year, right? Because there's always going to be, the worst of all good years, right? Like that last year, Switch 1 2024 would still be better than many years from prior generations, but it was a transition year. So
yeah, I would say it's definitely one of the weaker. I might put it above 2020. I'm not a huge Animal Crossing person, and that was basically the only game that came out.
Well, I'm huge on Xenoblade Chronicles Definitive Edition, so that.
Oh, you were cutting out, Sir Andres.
Oh, okay. Can you hear
me? Oh no.
How you doing?
Oh.
Can you hear me?
Andres exploding right now.
I wonder if my.
I think I see you. I hear you.
You see me and you hear me.
Back.
Okay.
Yes. You're not.
All right. I'm doing like an internet speed test, and I just got 900 down and 100 up. So I don't know.
I think you're good now.
Okay.
A little lag.
Right. It happens.
Yeah.
Anyway, I don't know. Where were we?
I was saying 2020 for better than 2020, but I mean.
Oh yeah, for me, the Xenoblade was kind of like a big thing. I did like Age of Calamity.
See, I do not like Age of Calamity, so like that's like the one disappointment that year that like kind of like hit me off.
And I did play Animal Crossing for like 30 hours, like it was.
Yeah, I played it for like a week, and then I was like, okay. And I mean, 3D All Stars is cool, but it's old.
True, but I love Mario, so
right.
Yeah. What did we have last year? We had
Echoes of Wisdom,
Brothership,
Jamboree, Brothership. I really like.
Yeah.
There's some other things. Princess Peach, Showtime.
Oh yeah, nice.
Yeah, is it?
Endless Ocean,
Thousand Year Door. Endless Ocean was cool for like an hour.
Yeah.
Championships.
2020 is better for me.
2020 definitely had a bigger game in Animal Crossing than anything that came out.
I forget. 2020 had Origami King. I really liked Origami King.
I'm a hater.
Oh, you're a hater.
Yeah. Unfortunately.
Yeah. But yeah, going back, like I've been enjoying Silksong. I'm kind of worried about that update. It's gonna make the game easier. I'm like, no, I don't need.
Yeah, I saw that and I was like, I don't know. I didn't struggle too much. There were definitely some bosses that had me.
Just give people options.
But yeah, just give the option. I don't know.
Sure. Don't. No, I want it as hard as it is. Like, I'm high on Mario Kart World, but when they updated the game to make the CPUs easier, I was like,
oh, no. that annoyed me too. Because I'd already done everything, and I was just like, oh, okay, and now people get to do it.
I've intentionally not done everything, like because I just want I want to enjoy it for a long time. So like so for example, like I play with my brother, right? And so if we're playing against each other, the odds of us getting 60 stars because we're pretty comparable, pretty low, right? Which makes it fun for us though, because we'll do a Grand Prix together or a knockout tour. And there's always going to be like one or two, like if we're either going to be even or someone has the advantage, but we just have to spoil one race, right? So like because we play in that way, it's going to be a long time before we get 3 stars and everything,
Yeah.
But if you, it still will be like that because we'll still compete against each other. But it was nice when the CPUs sometimes made us both look bad. Like now that's. I feel the difference. Yeah. So that just means I have to play online more now. That's what that means. But hopefully we get a pretty big update.
But Twitter says Mario Kart World's dead. The lobbies are empty.
Not Knockout Tour. Knockout Tour is always lively. Grand Prix, I do feel a difference though. So that is something that they got to work on. But also more and more people are going to pick up the game as. Like the user base is just going to get bigger.
Yeah, exactly. The game will only get bigger from here, and better
for sure.
Ideally,
for sure. All right, so I had a question, but I wonder if it's like not a good starter because it's kind of negative.
Oh no!
All right, I'm going to ask you now. I'm going to ask it now, right? I'm gonna ask everyone in the chat as well, right? I'm gonna let you think on it while I start rolling through the chat, right? And we have a lot of exciting things to get into today, right? Like this is gonna be one of the best directs ever, I think. Like, but it's gonna be a really good one. But let me ask you this question, Bo. Do you think Nintendo waited too long for this direct?
I mean, as a Nintendo fan and especially as a content creator, it was certainly frustrating. But
yeah,
I mean, I guess we'll know after we see it based on when Prime 4 releases. And if they have anything for September, which I would say is unlikely, but we'll talk about that, I'm sure. But ultimately, it's not going to hurt their bottom line. Like, I don't think it matters. People are very, you know, we're all emotional online talking about Nintendo. Does it actually matter? I don't think so. Especially since we did get a part of Showcase, what, six weeks ago? We got a Kirby Direct in the middle of that. Like, it would have been nice if we got this information in June or July, you know, if we got all those dates back then, and I would have been happier. But ultimately, it's like, we're not going to think about this in 2 years. You know, like, we're not going to be up at night being like, oh, remember that summer they didn't say anything for too long. Maybe we will. I guess people still talk about 2020, but also that was a little different. But
I mean, we will, because we think about and analyze these things, right? Like, we like to look at the patterns and stuff and like, oh, there is this and that. So we will, to an extent, because like thinking more on it, like, you know, like there are certain things that I miss and forget. But I still remember 2020 being a pretty tough year, to your point from earlier. And 2024 wasn't easy either. 2018 I actually don't think was a great year. Like, it's closed strong with Smash Brothers, obviously,
and
but
Pokemon. But
Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee was actually, that was pretty good. I would put Pikachu
and Mario Party. They were all back to back. That was pretty good.
No, they had a good holiday.
Yeah,
but
that's all they had.
Before that, it was pretty
Kirby Star Allies, which isn't very good, and Mario Tennis, which actually I like Tennis Aces a lot, but
it wasn't anything like 2017. Like, like, it was clear that Nintendo kind of
that's the other weak year of the Switch. Better than 2020 and 2024, but I would say that's like third place at the bottom.
Those three are on the bottom half for sure. In terms of like what I think, if they waited too long, ultimately I think in the grand scheme of things, pretty much like you said, like, I don't think it's going to really matter that much, right? Like, I don't think Nintendo has truly hurt their bottom line or anything. I mean, I don't know, maybe there is the potentiality that they've lost a little bit of the snowball effect, right? Because there was a lot of momentum with the launch of Switch 2 and Mario Kart and Donkey Kong, and they could have kept that going, but they kind of let things die. Like, like Dragon Drive is. I mean, they had to know that Dragon Drive was not going to be a hit. Like, I mean,
and then the thing they paired it with was Kirby DLC, which I've heard is fine. I haven't played it myself yet, but
I haven't downloaded. I just haven't played it yet either.
But to go, like, I mean, we got Bonanza, then Mario Party DLC, and then August was pretty much a dead zone in terms of like actual like there was stuff coming out, but it wasn't good. And then and then it's the fact that we don't have anything for September from first party. Third party wise, I mean, there's a lot of stuff coming out this month. So I guess it really comes down to whether or not you play on Nintendo just for first party, or if you also like third party games. Because if you're into third party stuff, there's plenty of stuff to play right now.
Absolutely. And you know, for the record, I only just finished Bonanza. Like, it hasn't been like I haven't had things to play. I have had things to play, right? Like, I've had more than enough to play, right? I'm just talking about from like an overall, like, you know, reach perspective, is Nintendo continuing that hype and momentum. And I mean, we kind of talked about it, like, you know, before we went live, that like views on YouTube are like down overall for a lot of content creators. But I do feel like it's a slippery slope, because I dislike, I'm not saying it doesn't mean anything, but I don't want to attribute too much value to, oh, my views are down, therefore just overall interest in Nintendo must be down. Like, there could be a correlation, but it's not the sole deciding factor, right? Like, for example, Pokemon is kind of always popping, but if I make a Pokemon video, it's probably going to be my worst viewed video in months. That's literally what happened like 2 weeks ago. It was the worst viewed video I've put out in like 2 years.
Yeah, Pokemon's always a coin toss for me. Sometimes it'll be like really bad, but then other times it like does better than anything else. I never like makes sense.
I don't know.
I mean, I kind of get it from like I mean, there are Pokemon YouTubers. So like I think the people that care about Pokemon already have their Pokemon YouTubers, whereas we cover generally everything, you know.
Yeah, it's really interesting how it works, right? Like, so you could argue that because we have like a decent like subscriber total, that we have an advantage, and in some cases, in many cases, yes, right, versus like someone who has a smaller channel. But I've seen people cover certain topics, and there's nothing about it that would necessarily give it an advantage from like a metrics perspective, but it does better, and I think that ultimately comes down to their subscriber base is so small that it's more so decided, like just like the algorithm can kind of let it just run with it, right? Versus I put out a Pokemon video, YouTube sees that most people on my channel don't want to watch that video, so the algorithm's like, this video sucks.
Yeah.
Don't watch it. Like, it's not exactly like that, right? Like, the algorithm, from what I understand, still tries to find the audience, but it doesn't help. And so the video ultimately dies. Sometimes, like you said, it's hit or miss with Pokemon. Like, if there's enough interest in people searching, it can kind of fight through that. But or maybe what Nintendo needs to do is just put out a Pokemon game that the core fan base is actually really interested in, right? Like that maybe that's what it is. Because Legends ZA doesn't, like, I'm gonna buy Legends ZA because I'm a pretty hardcore Pokemon fan, and I do kind of like some of their marketing they're doing, but Legends ZA doesn't look as exciting as Legends Arceus.
No, absolutely not. Which it should be, because it's the first Switch 2 Pokemon game. But the marketing has been cool. I mean, it was so slow and quiet for like a year and a half, and now they're like doing the weekly mega reveals, and like the live action stuff they're doing is really cool. But I don't know. Like, I played the game at PAX West. I thought that was my favorite game I played there, at least from Nintendo, and I thought it was really cool. But it's not like inherently exciting for some reason. Like, I know I'm gonna play that game and love it, but for some reason I'm not like super excited. Well, you know,
graphically it doesn't look good.
Runs at 60 FPS though. I'll take it.
it high resolution. Like, I'm all about it, right? Like, I said, I'm getting it, I'm playing it, I'm gonna enjoy it. But just me thinking about, like, does it appeal to the core fan base? And I mean, it just doesn't look that hype. It really doesn't. And I gotta say something else. Like, I see all these Mega Evolutions, and I like the designs, right? But there's always like a little bit of wind that's taken out of the sail for all these announcements to me, just because I know that in the Legends game, they don't have their abilities, which is a big factor that makes a lot of these Megas more interesting, right? Like for example, Sceptile, when it Mega Evolves, it gets Lightning Rod. That makes it really cool, right? That adds to like its uniqueness. None of these Megas have an ability to.
I didn't really think about that, because that was like one of the like defining factors of the Megas, is that they change their ability usually. Or
like Charizard, right? Like the Charizard Y, it activates Sun, because it like that's a game changer, right?
Yeah.
You don't have that with these Megas. Their stats just get better. That's it. They just become stronger versions of what they are. They don't obtain new moves. I know the moves become stronger, right? But there's no change. Like, that's, I mean, you can change. That's not entirely true. They can change the type, and they can change the stat like proportions, right? It's not just about becoming stronger. Like, it can become more defensively oriented or speed oriented, right? Like there can be other changes, but we know most of the typings have stayed pretty much the same. So there's a whole other factor there that kind of takes away from that, right? So then you're kind of just left with, oh, it's a stronger version. So and to be clear, these Megas are probably going to exist in future games where there will be abilities. So, you know, that's going to be interesting to learn. But yeah, it just takes away a little bit of the excitement for me.
Yeah.
Anyway, don't mean to. It's interesting how we're kind of ultimately being negative, and we're just got an insane announcement here. So
we got to get the negativity out of the way first, and then we can talk about how we're about to find out when Prime 4 releases finally.
Yes. So I don't know if you've heard my theories on it, but when do you think it's coming out?
I think it's coming out in October. I see people saying like, oh, it's gonna be released next week. I know there was that like Russian retailer or whatever that said September 18th. That would be suicide for that game. They better not do that to Prime 4.
I mean, they tried it with Prime Remastered,
and it didn't work out very well.
Didn't work out, even though it was one of the highest reviewed games in years.
I would say, I mean, I'm gonna post my predictions video tomorrow. My bullish prediction is October 2nd. But barring that, then I'll put it on the other. But if that's a little too optimistic, then on the other side of Legends EA at the end of October. So that would be what, the 30th, 2 weeks after Legends EA, 2 weeks after or before Legends. That's when I think it's releasing.
So have you heard my spiel on this?
I have not. No.
Okay, so this is my spiel. I mean, you already know that the October-November period, oftentimes Nintendo will publish 3 to 4 games. Like I don't. Yeah, that's pretty normal. Like the whole they only do 1 game per month thing is not really true. It's a good rule of thumb for like theorizing and trying to slot things across the year.
I mean,
I lost you there for a second, or more than a second, because I still can't hear you.
Hello
there. Hi.
What's going on? I was gonna say, like, even last year, which was a pretty slow year, we were getting 2 games in November and October. Like I think they'll. Yeah. So you would hope that the first year of Switch 2 they have more than that.
Right, you would think, but then they also August was weird, and technically we don't have nothing for September yet. We'll get to that. I think we're probably both on a similar page, but we'll get to that. Yeah. But yeah, so I think there's got to be more than just Pokemon and Kirby, right? But I've also noticed something else. I've noticed that if you look throughout every year's Switch, Nintendo made sure to have a fairly significant published title come out, if not in the last week of October, the Halloween game, the first week of November. Yep. Consistently, in that 2-week period, there was a game. And so what's interesting about that is you look at where Legends EA comes out, October 16th, it is interestingly timed 2 weeks before that Halloween spot, right? Which means that's enough space to healthily put out another release. Or Kirby comes out November 20th, and that's a few weeks after the first week of November. So like there's a healthy gap there where they can put another game and they shouldn't be too concerned about sales overlap. Not that I think Metroid would overlap too much with Pokemon and Kirby, but I am buying all 3 of these games. So, there are people like me, right? And so, yeah, I think it's coming out during that 2-week period because of that precedent. I also think it makes sense for Metroid to come out before Black Friday. This is an expensive game from Nintendo. Not saying December can't work, but I feel like it's not doing them any favors. So they should maximize. Also, the official Metroid Prime 1-3 art book, right? An official collaboration.
October,
yeah, October 28th. So yeah, I think it's one of those 2 weeks.
Yeah.
On a Thursday, of course.
Yeah, of course. Where are you at with Hyrule Warriors? Because I also think that's releasing this year.
Oh,
that was ESRB rated before Prime 4. I know they said winter, but I think if I'm saying Prime is like maybe before Pokemon in October, then I think Hyrule Warriors could be early November before Kirby.
I mean, we'll tell you this: if you're right about it coming out the very beginning of October, then I could see Hyrule Warriors come out in that slot I just told you about. I don't think that's what's going to happen though, because I also think there's going to be an anniversary game that comes out this September. Might be shadow dropped, but also might be like treated like 3D All Stars, where they announce that it comes out 2 weeks later, which means it's a late September release, right? There's still conceivably there could be like a 2-week gap there, like it maybe, right? Or even a week gap, because Nintendo's done that too. So, I don't want to rule out any possibilities entirely, right? But just kind of me, making a guess, right? But I'm not totally convinced it's coming out this year. I'm not decided, to be clear, right?
Yeah.
And I think you probably have seen this, right? But did you see that on the Nintendo of Australia YouTube page in the description, it has it listed for spring release, but spring in Australia is September to November?
I actually did not see that. That's interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is like, what does that even mean? Because it's an official Nintendo YouTube channel saying that, right? So I mean, you could look it up right now. I mean, I'll just share it with people. Like, it's you saw it.
Yeah.
You want a screen share just to show people?
Oh no. Sorry. Yeah. You pull it up.
Okay. Yeah, this will take like.
You said it's on the Australia account?
Yes. Nintendo.
My thing is, Hyrule Warriors doesn't feel like a game you announce outside of the calendar year it's releasing. I don't know if that like checks out, but it just feels weird to announce that like so far in advance. It's ESRB rated. Age of Calamity is the best-selling Warriors game ever. It came out in November. Like, why would they not repeat that success? I know we already had the Zelda games at launch, but
oh snap!
Did they change it?
No, I was looking at Nintendo of America.
What'd they do?
That I'm yeah. No, it's just listed as winner for Nintendo of America, and I thought they changed it because I was looking at Nintendo. Yeah. You know what? Look, Nintendo of Australia, because they're so weak on the algorithm. It's hard to like
can't even find them.
I'm gonna find it. I just need more of a second. Right there it is.
Nintendo AU.
It has 4,200 views.
Oh yeah, I see that.
All right. Here.
Oh yeah, it says this spring. Yeah. I see that.
Yeah, this spring. This is an official Nintendo Australia site.
Might need to zoom that in
page
for the. I don't know if you can.
Maybe. I can. I think so.
There you go.
Yeah. I can go bigger.
But spring for Australia is the quarter we're currently in, right?
Yeah. Yeah. So I don't know what to make of that. And then I also remember there was a financial report a few months ago where Nintendo briefly listed Hyrule Warriors for, hey, look, YouTube's recommending my Hyrule Warriors video. Awesome. But anyway, just to point out, like little old me got more views on the same trailer than Nintendo of Australia officially, which just blows my mind. This is more of an indictment on the popularity of Nintendo of Australia than it is a compliment.
Yeah. But what you were saying though, there was a financial report where they listed it as winter 2025 and removed it, right? Because I remember seeing that.
Yes, they had listed it as winter 2025, and 2 hours late, like I was doing research I was looking through, right? Like I was doing my research. I was like, oh, this is different. And then I refreshed it, and I was glad I screen shared it. Like I have a screenshot somewhere, but they changed it to winter like 2 hours later. So I don't know what that means. Was that a leak, or was that just an error? So if it was a leak, I guess that would have me leaning towards a December release, just because of where I think Metroid Prime 4 is coming out.
Yeah,
and I do think there should be a December game. Now, we look at the history of December games. A lot of them are like Fitness Boxing, right, or like Brain Age Academy or something. But the early years of Switch, they were core-centric titles, Xenoblade and Smash. So this is the first year of Switch 2. If they continue that same pattern, if we can even call it a pattern, but Hyrule Warriors would fall in that category.
Yeah, that'll sell well. I mean, it's a Zelda game, so
that's
an early, yeah, kind of.
I mean, I don't think it's gonna do as well as Calamity, but you know, it probably sell a million or two.
I agree. Yeah, well, because Calamity did like 4 million, I think.
Something like that. Yeah.
Yeah, it won't get that high, but I mean, it'll still probably end up being the second best-selling Warriors game, just based on IP alone.
Yeah.
The games don't sell that well comparatively.
So I can see it as a pretty good December game. It makes sense. Like if that's not the December game, then there's like another Nintendo thing that they haven't announced yet, or maybe Splatoon Raiders. Which, I mean, if I had to pick, I'm going with Hyrule Warriors or Splatoon Raiders for December, or just coming out before Splatoon Raiders. Period.
Yeah, I think Splatoon Raiders. I don't think we'll get a date for it here. I think it'll be like they'll say like spring 2026 or something for it.
Yeah, a first half release next year makes a lot of sense for that.
Yeah.
But I do want to say I can see Hyrule Warriors coming out in January or February. One, obviously, because it does technically fall in the window that Nintendo told us, right? But also, I do subscribe to the rumors that there may be some key dates throughout 2026 for Zelda. And 2026 is Zelda's 40th anniversary. And so they may want to position Hyrule Warriors in early 2026 to kind of fuel that a little bit. Now, I don't know if they're going to actually announce. I don't think they're going to announce a 40th anniversary campaign, right? Like, I would say you could make the argument that Mario Kart World and Donkey Kong Bonanza are Mario anniversary games, right? That they are Mario Universe titles. They certainly will factor into cross promotion with the movie, right? Which will factor into whatever sort of Mario anniversary thing they do. Like I think a Zelda game does feed into this, like the general Zelda frenzy, right? So if they do start to market the movie next year, and if there is an anniversary game, like it fuels into that. So it doesn't actually have to be a 2026 thing, right? But I'm just saying, like, if Nintendo has like a plan to kind of really focus on Zelda throughout 2026, and 2025 is more so a Mario thing, you know.
Yeah.
I have it in consideration is really all I'm getting at.
Mm-hmm. Either way, we're gonna get a date, I think. For that game. I mean,
for sure.
I still can't believe they didn't date it in the partner showcase.
That blew my mind,
dude. I was flabbergasted when that trailer played and it didn't end with the date. I was like, "Are you kidding me?"
That
might be the single most like painful moment this summer as a content creator. I was like, "Are you serious? You're really not going to give us a date for this game that's coming out like soon?"
Yeah, I mean, and that is a thing that actually kind of had me think. That I think also had me leaning in, like, oh, maybe it isn't going to make it out this year when they showed it off again and still didn't give us a release date. Like with Metroid Prime 4, yeah, it's been at events, but we haven't gone like any substantial, updates on the game, right? Just very subtle things. So that's different. They literally gave us a new trailer for Hyrule Warriors and didn't update the release timing months later. It was just such an odd thing. Yeah, I mean, we're gonna find out that part's obvious.
Yeah.
Anyway, let's get to the chat. I haven't gone to the chat at all yet. Let's see what they have to say. Hello, everyone in the chat. So that poll I put up, we have 79 votes so far. Did Nintendo wait too long to air this direct? And it's pretty divided. 51, 49%. 51 said yes so far. So that's yeah, it's crazy. RNL added me earlier. I'm getting the Switch 2 on Black Friday and on Christmas. Which game from Switch 2 should I play first? Metroid Prime 4.
Now, let's not misguide them. They need to play Dragon Drive first.
No. I mean, I think it's tough. I would say Donkey Kong Bonanza outside of Metroid Prime 4 is probably going to be, at least from a critical acclaim perspective, the best experience from Nintendo this year. And the thing about Donkey Kong Bonanza is that it's going to be exclusive. It's exclusive to Switch 2, and it's a very unique experience. Like, it doesn't feel quite like anything else out there. Like what they do with the I forget the tech that they're using, the 3D polygons. I don't know why it's slipping my mind.
The destruction tech, whatever the word.
Yeah. Yeah. There's a word for it, and I've used the word a lot, but it's just slipping my mind now. But that, right? Like that.
Oh, it's voxels. Isn't it?
Thank you. Voxels. Yeah. The voxel tech, it kind of blows my mind. Like, because other voxel games, you look at them and they don't look nearly as good, right? And so this game is made, like, I'm assuming mostly with voxels, and it just, like, the kind of worlds they're able to put together, and some of, like, the level of detail and variety to the environments and the town areas. There's a lot of towns, which can't be said for a lot of other games out there, especially from Nintendo. I think they did a good job of world building in Bonanza. It's just, like, interesting. And there's a lot of things that you'd be like, oh, I shouldn't destroy that, or you can't destroy that, and you can't, right? Like in other games, like you wouldn't be able to, and you can in Bonanza. So it's just a really cool experience, and you can play it in different ways. So yeah, if I had to pick a game that you want that's unique to Switch 2, I think Donkey Kong Bonanza is it. I don't know if you have anything else to add to that, Bo, if you agree or have another take. Speechless. Might have lost connection there. I'll give Bo a moment. I'm assuming my internet's working. Maybe. I think so. Yeah. Anyway, I'll get to super chats while I'll see what's going on with Bo. All right. Oh yeah, it looks like he got disconnected. Yo, Hello. Can't hear you right now.
Hello, 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 hello.
Hey. How you doing?
I don't use StreamYard. For some reason, it just randomly.
You sound a little muddled right now. I don't know if you're away from your mic.
I'm right next to it.
It sounds, for some reason, like super subdued all of a sudden. Oh, how about now? It sounded better in that moment. You sounded...
Hello, can you hear me?
Perfect. You're good.
I didn't change anything.
I don't know. I don't know if you heard me, but I was just saying that I think Bonanza is probably the best game to play on Switch 2 if you're looking for like that first unique experience so far.
Yeah, I would agree with that. I mean, if you want more of a multiplayer thing, get Mario Kart. But if you want single player, definitely get Bonanza more.
Yeah.
I mean, and then we'll see how Prime 4 is. I'm sure it'll be good, but Bonanza's more welcoming, likely, than that. So,
yeah, we're on the same page. All right, I got a few super chats to get to here. Generic Rust, thank you for the super chat. I think Fire Emblem was the most likely for a brand new game announcement. Oh yeah, Planet Robot. Never Planet Robot 2. Never enough Kirby. Yeah. I don't want to say Robot doesn't exist. But I don't know. I don't expect it soon. But Fire Emblem, maybe.
I could see Robobot being next year as a Switch 1 game, but Fire Emblem, that's actually going to be in my predictions video tomorrow. I think Fire Emblem is like one of the safest predictions for like a new game announcement.
What if that's a December game?
Maybe. I'm thinking like early next year, mostly because I think Hyrule Warriors is this year, and they're not going to shove all of it out this year. But if we haven't had any games like that on Switch 2 yet. We haven't had any like RPGs, anime style, like we haven't had anything like that. So I feel like we're definitely
not counting Pokemon.
Yeah, that doesn't count.
Pokemon leaves the chat.
Yeah, nah, that doesn't count.
Yeah.
It's been what? By that point, it'll be 3 years since Engage. We've been hearing. Here's the thing. I don't even know if it's the 4 remake. It could be a whole new game at this point. It's been long enough for it to be something new.
Yeah.
So I completely agree that Fire Emblem will be there.
I'm down for it. And yeah, I mean, I would still lean towards Hyrule Warriors being the December game or something, but I could see them swapping if Nintendo really is so gung-ho about having Hyrule Warriors early next year. It might not even be like a Nintendo decision. It might just be like they're not ready, because I don't know if you noticed, like Hyrule Warriors, like there's some footage of Hyrule Warriors running at 60 frames per second, but most of the footage is being shown at 30, and so that's just kind of like an interesting thing. Maybe it is evidence of like a performance mode.
Yeah.
Although I didn't notice like a visual disparity with that 60 FPS footage. It looked good, or just as good, I should say. So yeah, not sure what's going on with that. Another super chat here. Ultimate Despair Bear. It's prime time, brother. My hype is through the roof. I hope Samus can use her powers to read the thoughts of space pirates. Psychic logs.
That's such a good idea.
Whoa.
That's such a good idea.
Like what if like, yeah, you kind of can see like there are some indicators of like its intent. Like that would be interesting.
I mean, even just getting lore that way. Like imagine reading like a boss's thoughts or something and like getting its backstory through that.
Like what if you fought like Ridley and like you see like a flashback or something of like you kick.
That'd be crazy. You get like exclusive cutscenes.
Actually, the more I think about it,
I'll
give you a second. You tell me when you're back.
Going so well.
Hey, how you doing?
There he is.
Hey,
welcome back.
Yeah, I don't know who's being welcomed back, but hello again.
Well, someone.
I was gonna say that could be a way to tell some pretty significant story scenes, like with Sylix. Like we don't know what's going on with Sylix. Like what if like Samus figures it out by reading his mind?
That'd be awesome.
The thing is, like, a lot of sense.
I haven't seen anybody say this before, but Ultimate Despair Bear, Ultimate Despair, but you called it. That you're gonna be reading minds in this game. You have psychic abilities. That's the whole like thing, right? Like that has to be what you're doing.
It would feel like, like it would feel like a missed opportunity otherwise. Like, yeah, they have to at least have thought about it in the making of the game.
Like maybe
At
it's not like
least.
every enemy. Maybe it's just like a couple of select bosses. But like you're going to like psychically connect to Ridley or something or Silex.
Or at least a cutscene, like at least some
Yeah.
story stuff. Like there's got to be something there. Yeah, it makes so much sense. But like from a gameplay perspective, like it's interesting. Like if we can anticipate movements, yeah, that would be wild. Obviously, Bo's having some connection issues, but I think he'll be back. So yeah, definitely Ultimate Despair Bear. That's a good take. Chrono Rig with a super chat. Thank you for the super chat. Do we finally see that beta test game? Welcome back.
Can you hear me?
You can be heard.
I have no idea what's going on. That's so annoying.
Internet. I don't know.
Yeah, I suppose.
Yeah. But is this finally the time for the beta test game? As
No.
Chrono Rig asks.
No, I don't think so.
Really?
Like, yeah, I don't know. Like, I mean, I didn't get a chance to play it again in the second wave. For some
Okay.
reason, it wouldn't let me log in for some reason. Like, the entire beta period, it just, like, refused to let me in. But I watched some friends play it, and, like, I don't know. I mean,
look
maybe...
any different to you?
No,
'Cause I don't-
it looked the same.
Exactly the same?
Yeah.
Okay.
I didn't see any differences. I'm sure there were that I didn't, because I didn't watch too much, but...
Yeah. I liked it. I mean, since it's free, I'll play it, right? But I don't...
Yeah.
Like, if this game's announced, I'm not going to be, like, freaking out, Like, it's fine.
I do think it's... Well, I think we're going to get some sort of big Switch Online update because the renewal period is soon. So I mean, maybe this is that. Maybe this is, like, the free incentive. And I mean, this could be shadow dropped, honestly. I just don't know if it's this, like, if it's time for this to actually come out. But...
You know what? I kind of like that, though. I like the idea of them shadow dropping this as, like, for Switch Online members.
Yeah, Switch 1 and Switch 2 game, presumably.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah. So you're still giving Switch 1 owners something, right? And then 2 weeks later we get the anniversary title before September's up. And all of a sudden you turn September into like an okay month. I mean, the anniversary game's probably going to sell like 7-8 million, if not more, depending on how long they have the run.
I'm curious to hear your thoughts on that when we get to the Mario stuff, because I'm not sure what you think is coming out.
I'm now curious what you think is coming out based off your response. I'm very curious.
I hear you say 7-8 million. I'm like, I mean, maybe, I guess, I don't know.
It depends on how long the run is, right? Because if it's a limited run, then it's not going to happen.
Whatever.
If it's
I'll tell you
exclusive though.
I'll tell you this: what I'm expecting is not going to be a limited item. I'm not expecting this thing to be taken off shelves.
It's probably shouldn't. Like, are you saying that it won't be limited?
Yes.
Okay. And you expect?
I don't think we're getting. I don't think we're getting
Or no?
3D All Stars. I don't think we're getting 3D All Stars. I don't think. I mean, whatever it is, will sell fine. But
we'll get to it. We'll get to it. Yeah. But I don't know. Like, Nintendo could do the weird thing and just like not say anything. But it is September. It is the time to, where a lot of people re-up on their subscriptions. Like, they oftentimes have an update here, so it would be a good one. I mean, they could just announce more GameCube stuff, but then what about Switch 1 owners? Like, they do have to think about that as well. So it would be a good fit. Having Hope, been a member for 31 months. I appreciate you for being a member all this time, Having Hope. Having Hope here asks, when do you think the release date for Prime 4 will be? I'm thinking either November or December. I mean, I guess we talked about this already. I don't know if you were here for that point, but I stand by late October, early November. Bo, are you solid on early October? Is that like your?
I'm hopeful. I'm hopeful
Okay.
because it works with like the other things I'm predicting that'll be slotted in. With like the one or like I guess like a 2-week gap in between everything. But I think late October is a little bit more realistic, just based on like how long they need to market it.
Yeah.
October, regardless, October I do think is the time.
What? Eric Terlado with the super chat. Thank you for the super chat. But Eric says, "Lol, is Bo ever optimistic?" I mean, October 2nd's optimistic.
Yeah, am I ever?
What?
When am I pessimistic?
I don't know, dude.
I'm confused by this comment.
I don't know.
Because here's the thing. I think we're getting like 3 games we don't even know about that are releasing this year. Well, I mean, we'll get to it, but like,
oh man, I'm really curious on what
yeah,
you
like
think now. Yeah,
I'm like the most like optimistic person ever when it comes to directs. I love partner showcases. I watch Indie Worlds. I played Dragon Drive.
I like Dragon Drive kind of. I haven't played it since, but I also that's not necessarily an indictment on the game. That's more an indictment on my time management skills. Yeah, I was optimistic.
Well, maybe this is deep rooted back to when I said the Switch 2 wasn't coming out in 2024. Maybe this is like some deep rooted.
I mean, you were right.
I was right.
Yeah. We have heard more reports that it was delayed, and now it's being said because devs said they wanted more time.
I don't. If I'm being honest, I think even releasing it when they did was too soon. The games are clearly rushed. Third-party devs have not had time to get stuff ready. Even something like Bonanza has performance issues. That's not normal for Nintendo.
I just think it's a crazy game. You know, like that voxel tech is not normal tech. Like that's like we don't have games like that. So I also
think Kirby looks visually not good.
I mean, we also heard that
me not being optimistic. I'm shitting on.
I don't know. Maybe Eric's onto something here. Yeah. I don't know, man. Like Nintendo told us themselves that both Donkey Kong and Mario Kart have been in development throughout most of the Switch era. Like they had time. I think they probably stopped like midway through and just kind of had them on the back burners for a while they were tinkering, which is why they've been in development for nearly 8 years. Not because they were actually all hands on deck for 8 years, because that makes no sense. But yeah, I don't know.
You caught me, Eric. He said CI was correct.
You've been exposed. It's fine. It's fine. Anyway, coming back to the chat, just checking some ads here. Bo, I feel like you might know a little bit more about Kirby than I, so I'm gonna read Connor's question here. Connor asks us, here's my question. Do you guys like Susie? Because she was in Kirby Air Riders, and now people are saying since she is here, does that mean Kirby Planet Robot Deluxe? I don't know.
Well, Connor, I'm sure you probably watched my video. I did get the Susie gameplay at PAX West. I don't think that's really indicative of anything. Nate the Hate said that Planet Robobot exists. So, I mean, he doesn't really miss. Something must have happened there. Like, I do think that game will come out.
Yeah, based off. I think it's based off reality. It's just sometimes reality can be disappointing.
I think that will be a Switch 1 game next year. That makes sense. And then maybe something happened and like they were like, okay, well, Kirby Air Riders is actually ready for this year, or you know, something. And they were like, well, we already have Forgotten Land, so we can't have 3 Kirby games in 1 year. Something.
Yeah, I think it. I don't know, like we're still waiting on that Fire Emblem remake as well from also Nate the Hate had talked about that, and that's been years. That doesn't mean that he was wrong, but you know, Nintendo sits on things for God knows how long. Also, it could have been canceled. You know, that's also possible.
Yeah,
but yeah, I don't want to give up on that. I think Nintendo still wants to have some Switch 1 titles. Although I got to tell you, I'm very, and maybe this is something good to talk about because we haven't talked about it in apparently a long time. How Nintendo just decided that they don't care about Switch 1.
Yep.
Like, they say they do, but
the game was still Xenoblade.
that was
insane.
March.
That is insane. Now, I mean, yeah, we're getting Pokemon next month in Prime 4.
But they're being marketed well, they haven't really been marketing Metroid much, right? But if you notice it, they're marketing Pokemon Legends EA as a Switch 2 title.
Yep. And I think moving forward, any Switch 1 game that is announced will be marketed as a Switch 2 game and have a Switch 2 edition. I know, like Tomodachi Life and Rhythm Heaven. I think we're going to see Switch 2 editions of those announced on Friday. Or at least one of them. Whichever one shows up.
Tomodachi Life is a bigger game. I feel like Rhythm Heaven.
Oh, yeah. Tomodachi Life is way bigger. I just think Rhythm Heaven might be first. So that's why I think they might show that first. And Rhythm Heaven's perfect for like having some sort of camera gimmick or mouse controls or something.
Yeah, like I'm not saying there won't be Switch 2 updates. I just don't know if it'll be branded as a Switch 2 edition. because it doesn't strike me as a full price title. And when the game has a Switch 2 edition, that means they're going to price it fully, at least from what we've seen so far. Which means at least $70 USD. Have we seen any exceptions yet? I don't know. So
yeah,
I don't know if they'll brand it as a Switch 2 edition, but yeah.
Well, Rhythm Heaven's interesting because we don't know what it costs, but that already felt like a $40 or $50 game,
right?
Based on what it is. So maybe the Switch 2 version 60. Adds a whole extra mode for $10. That's fine.
Adding exclusive content to a new game we haven't seen yet.
That is true. We haven't seen that yet, but
it doesn't mean it can't happen. I don't know. That's another interesting thing about this Direct. Like we're gonna get a better grip on how Nintendo's going about things on Switch 2. Like, I think we agree there's gonna be another wave of Switch 2 editions, right? I know you just talked about obviously new games getting Switch 2 editions, but do you think there's going to be a new wave of old Switch 1 games getting Switch 2 editions?
Yes. And that's what I was referring to earlier when I said I think there's 3 games here that we don't know about. So not entirely new things, but one of which being a Mario thing. We can save Mario for a little bit. And then the other I think that we will see.
Let's save all the Mario stuff for one. Yeah,
we'll save Mario. But the other one that this is early next year and they save it for that, but Pikmin 4, man, that has to happen,
bro. The DLC for that would be fire.
Yeah. But that's one of those things that right now the lineup looks kind of bleak because all we have dated is Kirby and Pokemon. But Pikmin's one of those things that could just slot in wherever. That could be maybe at the end of September or sometime in October, just right because it's just an extra. It's a Switch 2 edition. It's not a full new thing, but also it is something on the release calendar and new content.
Wait for Pikmin 4 Nintendo Switch 2 edition plus Louie's Reign of Terror.
That's what it's going to be called. Yes, you got the title.
God, it's going to be so good.
Or even I don't know if they would just do free patches for these, but Xenoblade I feel like could pop up here.
Yeah, it feels like there's been some smoke for that, right? Because there was Xenoblade X with the 60 FPS mode through the data mine, and then there was something posted by Mollisoft where Xenoblade 2 looked different.
They just upped the lighting and it looked weird. I guess the frame rate was
it could be an HDR thing, which we see that a lot.
Yeah.
So, which would be a sign that there are enhancements, right? But I don't know.
Please help my boy out. Xenoblade 2 needs it.
Yeah. I kind of want them to give Xenoblade 2 and 3 the Breath and Tears Switch 2 edition treatment where they're not full priced. They're minor upgrades. But they're
not free like the other ones. I want it to be a little bit more substantial. At least for 2. I actually think 2 could almost use an entire definitive edition that fixes up some of the side quests and stuff.
Yeah, I guess the thing is they did just give us Xenoblade X, right? So is Xenoblade 2 going to become the new Xenoblade X of this era where we're going to be like, hey, where's the Switch 2 edition?
I'm already there. I'm waiting for it.
There's going to be an interview a year or two from now. It's like, oh yeah, we've thought about it.
But also Xenoblade X is also the Xenoblade X of this era because now I'm waiting for that 60 FPS patch.
Fair enough. Fair enough. I would kind of want them just to get it all done in one fell swoop.
That would be ideal, yeah. Just do it all.
A couple Switch 2 editions, a couple free updates. They all have enhancements. Let's go. And then they talk about their new IP, which is not Xenoblade. It's interesting, actually. I'm a huge Xenoblade fan, but I'm ready. I don't want to say I don't want to say. Let me try to phrase this carefully here. I would love for Xenoblade to come back, but I'm entirely okay waiting many years for another Xenoblade, and I really want to see this supposed new IP from Monolith Soft first. Supposedly they've been working on it. According to the job hiring pages from their own page, they were working on a project throughout the entire Switch era, which lets some people believe that was never happening. But we now know that that's exactly what happened for Metroid Prime 4, Mario Kart, and Donkey Kong. So is it really that crazy to think? And then also we have the Midori leaks, and over half of them have proven true. So I'm inclined to think that these
Spiral's the craziest one. for Splatoon Raiders. So
yeah,
like,
I mean,
okay.
technically not confirmed, but come on, it's so obvious.
The Spiralite Islands or whatever it's called. Yeah,
it's so obvious. And I guess Bonanza's technically not confirmed, but that's probably Silver Star.
Right, that was Silver Star. Yeah.
I mean, we figured it was an Odyssey style game. I thought it was Donkey Kong just because I think Silver can be attributed to Donkey Kong. And that's what happened. But
what was the Monolith Soft one? Legacy? Is that what it was called?
Legacy. Yeah.
Do you think we're going to see that here? I do not personally.
So I'm going to cover that. I just want to point out, J-Boy Productions had asked me, hey, Andres, what is your opinion on Luigi's, I guess, Mansion 4? And so they may sound unrelated, but I bring it up because I think there's a few different like big Nintendo projects that I think are probably close to being done, or perhaps are done and Nintendo's sitting on them. And they're kind of like we're gonna see, there's always a chance that they may show up, right? And so like I think Monolith Soft's new IP Legacy, if they've truly been working on it throughout this entire Switch era, like they took down the hirings for this project last year, and now they're hiring for this new RPG project, which I think is the future of Xenoblade, just for the record, right? But that's years away. So I do think that this project is likely close to completion, close, give or take a year or so. Like I'm not saying it's like coming out January. So there's that, and then the Next Level Games, like they come out with a game every 3 years. They've started hiring for a new project recently, like this year. That suggests that whatever they're working on for the last 3 years is perhaps also like wrapping up, right? Yeah. And it looks like their pattern's going to break unless there's a surprise announcement for like a release this year. But you got to think that given their consistent pattern through different generations with varying levels of like hardware power, they've maintained this 3-year pattern of release. They got to be close, right? Is my main point to whatever's next. And I would assume whatever's next is Luigi's Mansion 4 because that's their breadwinner, and it's the beginning of the Switch 2 era. And then you had the Mario movie. Like it's got to be close, and I think they would want a big Luigi game available early on. So Luigi's Mansion 4, Project Legacy, those are two titles that they're like the wild card thing. Like at any point we could see Nintendo announce it in this direct or the early year direct or the summer direct next year. Like I think it's happening. Maybe let's call it a 25 to 33% chance at least one of these is announced in this presentation.
Sure. Yeah. I mean, I have a different idea for like the big 2026 reveal is going to be. I mean, we'll get to that. Obviously. But I think both of those games are coming out next year. Not quite to the same.
The ones I just thought Luigi's Mansion 4 and okay.
Yeah, I think both of those will release next year.
That makes sense.
This might be crazy. I kind of hope it's not Luigi's Mansion 4. Because like I know we're gonna get Luigi's Mansion 4, and Next Level does such a great job like trying out random Nintendo IP.
Sure.
It'd be kind of cool if they did Star Fox. Let them do Star Fox real quick, and then get back to Luigi. I love Luigi's Mansion, but I wouldn't mind waiting for that. But given the movie and everything, I mean, it just makes the most sense, I guess.
Their animation work, like they could make they could do a good job with the characters. For sure, like that pedigree of Next Level would do a good job with that. I do wonder about the gameplay, but what's interesting, I gotta do some more research on this, right? But like I've noticed that Star Wars Outlaws looks a lot like Starlink Battle for Atlas. Have you noticed that? Or is that
does it look similar? I haven't.
It looks similar to me. Yeah, not like aesthetically necessarily, but like the way it plays. Seems really similar to me. I know there's a particular engine that Star Wars Outlaws was made. I need to double check if it's even the same thing, but they're both Ubisoft titles. I want to bring it up.
Yeah.
What?
I'll look it up. Look up if it's the same engine.
Okay. They may not. I don't know. But it just has me thinking though. Like I could see Nintendo collaborating with Ubisoft to make a Star Fox title. Like I feel like they must have thought about it. When they saw they put Star Fox DLC content inside, and they had DLC into Starlink, right? Like they must have thought of something. It must have occurred in that, hey, there's kind of a good fit here. That's why they did that. But But I gotta think they must have also thought, well, what if we just made a dedicated Star Fox game using this tech?
Yeah.
And it could be a much better game.
By the way.
It is the same engine. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
So I don't feel
I think most it's the same engine that Mario Rabbids is on also.
Oh, well,
so
all right.
Yeah.
I don't know how that.
I think that's just like it's like Capcom with the RE engine, just everything's on it.
Yeah, sure. It's just a, whatever.
Yeah.
I guess maybe what I'm getting at, I mean, it's weird. I'm not a a game dev, right? But it feels like there are some mechanics in Starlink that translated over to Star Wars Outlaws, and that also is not too crazy to think about because oftentimes developers do reuse elements, assets to expedite development, and that's not necessarily a bad thing, right? Anyway, I think about that situation with Starlink and the Star Fox content. Like, I just got to think that they had to have at least thought about. There had to have been a conversation internally that maybe this is a direction they could take Star Fox. Does that mean it's actually going to happen? There's so much other barriers to that, right? I mean, we look at the Bonanza situation, and we've gotten various reports that before Bonanza, what ultimately led to Bonanza being created was this project between Nintendo and
Activision,
right? And they pulled out. Vicarious Visions, their parent company was Activision, and it's their fault. But they were working on a 3D Donkey Kong game, and that canceled project led to Nintendo, bringing Donkey Kong in house. So these conversations happen. So
yeah. I mean, considering they put the Star Fox cast in Starlink, those conversations must have happened. Maybe the reception to Starlink is a reason it didn't happen, because I feel like people didn't really. I mean, I don't even know if it's an issue of Starlink not being good, but people just didn't play it. Like
the Starlink's best-selling version was the Star Fox version.
Yeah, of course it was. But like, what does that really mean?
Yeah, also true. But I also think that if they made a dedicated Star Fox game, and I'm not saying it would play exactly like Starlink, right? But there would be elements of it that could kind of be a good foundation to build a Star Fox game on, right? With Nintendo overseeing some collaboration work, that Nintendo magic, right? Like, that's got to be there, because I've played some Ubisoft games, and there are certain elements that can feel repetitive, right? So it wouldn't be that. Like, I think that game would probably sell a few million. It would probably be one of Ubisoft's bigger successes of the year. Like, even if it wouldn't be multi-platform, it was certainly more successful than Starlink, all versions included.
Yeah.
So, we'll see. Nintendo does like to do their partnerships too. So I think we should think about that. I mean, whatever Next Level Games is working on, be it Luigi or not, like, they're going to do something, but there's going to be some projects throughout this generation where Nintendo's going to collab with someone else, and that's going to be something.
Yeah.
I got a few super chats here I want to get to. Sam Talks Games. How's it going? I'm doing well. Sam's saying I'm silk songing while watching.
Let's go.
There you go. Wouldn't it be silk singing?
Silking they song?
I don't know. Serenading of silking. I don't know. All right. I know. I understood it the first time, and so I shouldn't have questioned it. But yeah, it's a great game, because you get Silk Song, you get lost. And I at first I was like, oh, there's 3 different paths I can go. I need to like clear one. But the thing is, I go down one path and it has like 3 more different paths. And so it just kind of, I've gone to the point where I've accepted I'm going to get lost, and I just need to work on unlocking more of the map. And
yeah,
if I
every
know
time
I
you get
can
to a
go
new
there,
area, every time you get to a new area, you got to find the chakra and get the get the map from her.
Yeah,
first
the map is
objective
weird.
time.
Like I don't know. Like I look at the map and I'm like, all right, great, that's the map. But where am I on the map? I'm not sure.
So you need to get an item. You can buy it from any of the shops. I think it's just a compass, and you have to have it equipped to show yourself on the map. It's very obtuse.
You know what it is? I think I bought the compass, but I never equipped it.
You got to put it on your loadout. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, now I know. That'll make things easier.
Yeah, that's one of the things about that game that kind of frustrates me. It's like, why would I ever not have this on? That should just be a quality of life feature, in my opinion.
Are there like limited equips? Do you have to pick and choose?
Yeah. I mean, depending on you can like upgrade them a little bit, but I think at most you can only have 2 or 3 of that specific like item class or type or whatever. So you have to make a choice to have that compass on. And I mean, the entire time I played the game, I had it on because like I need to know where I'm going. You know
what's something stupid that I do, or maybe it's not stupid. It kind of depends on how you look at it. In Breath of the Wild and Tears, I always turn on pro mode, so I don't see the mini map or anything. I always like best screen just has the hearts, and I like that because it's visually pleasing, but it's also kind of like I get lost a lot easier.
Mm-hmm.
So I have to rely more on just like visual cues. But like what's sort of lost though is that like when you have all the stuff on the HUD, like you have like the little audio meter, right? And then obviously the mini map and stuff like so those little things are good gauges. Sure. Yeah. And I just turn them off because I want to feel cool in my pro mode. It's great for gameplay though. So moving on, Ray Spence, been a member for 22 months. Even if Metroid Prime 4 is released this winter, I'll buy it, not touch it till I play through Metroid Prime 2 and 3. Have played 2 and skipped 3 because I was in my 20s and too busy. Do you think we're gonna get Prime 2 and 3, Bo?
No. I've been holding out hope because I've actually never played those games. And ever since Prime Remastered, I've just been waiting, like, okay, please, this will be the direct. This will be the time they announce I'm not expecting a full remake, which is basically what Prime Remastered was, but just like an HD port or something. Like, just give me some way to play them on my Switch. And I mean, I guess tomorrow is the final frontier of holding out hope for that. Maybe they'll put Prime 2 on NSO, but yeah, I'm not optimistic.
I was more optimistic earlier in the year, but the fact that Prime 4 is seemingly coming out pretty late into the year, I feel like that kind of limits the window of time it makes sense to put out these games, because they are. I mean, listen, I've talked about how they would handle it, like how they handled Pikmin 1 and 2. Like Pikmin 3 Deluxe is like the Metroid Prime Remaster in this scenario. Then a couple of years later, Pikmin 4 comes out, but right before Pikmin 4 comes out, we get Pikmin 1 and 2, like a couple of weeks beforehand. Like maybe it's going to be the same scenario here with Prime 2 and 3. They come out a few weeks before, right? Like maybe it's not even announced in this direct, and there's a Metroid Prime 4 direct where there it's announced that you get Prime 2 and 3 in the like a month before Prime 4 actually releases. Like that's I think that's conceivable still, but as we were talking about earlier, the holiday line is going to fill up. Right. So where do you slot these games? Now they're not going to be big releases, but still, like you want to think about when they come out, and how long people have to play them. And the thing is, where the comparison to Pikmin fails a little bit is that Metroid Prime 2 and 3 are bigger games than Pikmin 1 and 2. Yeah. You can get through Pikmin 1 and 2 pretty quickly. It may take you years to beat Prime 2 and 3. Like they're tough and they're not short.
Well, as soon as that date is announced in the direct on Friday, and if they don't show Prime 2 and 3, I'm whipping out my Wii and I'm grinding because I need to finish those before Prime 4. But I've just been holding out for years at this point.
I do want to stress that you don't need to play Prime 2 and 3.
Yeah, that's just like I'm like that with any franchise. I'm not doing it because of the lore or like the story or anything. I just want to play and see.
Oh, I get it. I get it. I almost bought Hollow Knight before Silksong, but I was like, I'll just play Silksong. Like, I started Silksong. I was like, oh, should I play Hollow Knight? There's like story stuff. And I was like, it's not complicated. It's obvious. Okay, she's a bug that cross passes Hollow Knight, and now it's got a story about her, and she has these interesting roots in this other land, and that's all I'm gonna say because that's all I know, and I don't want to spoil anything else. It's fine. But I will probably play Hollow Knight after Silksong now. And I'm not even against that sort of like way of doing things. Maybe because I'm a little bit of I'm into like good TV shows and movies. Like I'm currently finally watching through Better Call Saul.
Oh yes, dude. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's my favorite show. I love Better Call
man.
Saul.
I love Breaking Bad.
I think Better Call Saul's better, but like that's crazy because Breaking Bad's already like a 10 out of 10. But Better Call Saul is so good.
It's very good. It's very, very good. I mean, I still just call it Breaking Bad sometimes, but it's very good. I'm in the last season. I just started the last season.
Watching that show week to week was insane.
I bet I've been binging it. It's what I watch before bed. But my point is though, I think you get my point. Like I saw Breaking Bad first. And I mean, I know they designed Better Call Saul to be watched at, like, there's clearly like you could probably watch Better Call Saul without watching Breaking Bad, but there's a certain level of appreciation you have for Better Call Saul because you watch Breaking Bad, right? Like when Hank shows up, for example, you wouldn't care otherwise. Like, oh, it's just a cop, whatever, like it wouldn't be a big scene. Like, so that's something else to consider. Like it is designed with that in mind. But I'm okay with that, right? Like I'm okay with experiencing different timelines and stories. I just need to be able to get absorbed into that continuity, that position in time. Yeah. We'll see what they do. It's a toss up, but I think they gotta announce something soon because,
well, if it doesn't happen on Friday, it's over, right? Like we can finally. Well, I guess you were just saying maybe a Prime 4 Direct they could.
Yeah, I actually think there's gonna be a Prime 4 Direct.
I don't know. What can they really? What can they say?
A lot.
I don't know, man. I don't know, man. Unless it's like a multiplayer mode or something.
Yeah, it's just the thing
I guess they've done like because usually when a game gets a specific Direct, I don't know, it's like the biggest games, no offense to Metroid Prime 4, like a Bonanza, where there was clearly like a ton of like interesting small things to reveal. With Prime 4, it's like, okay, they're gonna show us some cool boss fights and some areas, and I don't know.
I think you're sleeping on it.
I don't maybe. I hope I am. I hope I'm wrong.
Yeah. I mean, I actually think that the way they handle Donkey Kong is pretty much exactly how they're gonna handle Metroid. Like,
yeah,
the conversation about Donkey Kong wasn't significant until the Bonanza Direct.
Yeah.
I think that's literally what's about to happen with Metroid.
I guess I'm also thinking of like, oh, it needs to be like a 25-minute thing. No, they can do like a 15-minute Direct. They've done that before, so
yeah, it doesn't have to be that much. Like they're gonna give us maybe like a 2 to 3 minute trailer for Prime 4, the release date during this Direct, right? It's gonna be cool, but there's gonna be a lot more to show, right? Like, so for example, one of my theories on this game and is there's gonna be a time travel element. They can talk about that. I think that the theory, by the way, it's well backed, because literally the Prime producer 10 years ago told us this is what he wanted to do for Prime 4. He also said he wanted to have a story centered around Silex. That part's proven true already, right? Like, so things he said about Prime 4 have shown to be true, and there are other parts that haven't been yet, but there are signs, right? Like, they start the game off talking about where it takes place in 20X9, where they don't do that for the other Prime games. Not in the beginning, not in the introduction. So they're setting a scene, and time matters. And also, there's this big desert in the key art, and the thing about deserts is that if there was a desert, there was oftentimes ocean, right? There is a suggestion of a big history, in that land, right? And we don't see this wide, vast desert in any of the gameplay we've seen so far, right? So that's a whole other wrinkle. Like, what is that, right? And then I'm also reminded of comments made by both Kiwi Talks and Special Nick. Both have heard that there are going to be vast, expansive areas, and there's more to this game. So, yeah, I mean, I think there's things to show. Like, if there's some bigger areas, if there's some time travel mechanics, if the psychic powers, they could probably dive further into that, right? Like, they could definitely have a direct. And also, the other thing, to kind of like this whole conversation about do we need Prime 2 and 3, like, whether there's a Prime 2 or 3 or not, they may want to just spend some time talking about the story, and a Prime 4 Direct would be a decent place for that. They did something like that for Metroid Dread as well, right? Like, there was the Yoshio Sakamoto little developer talk, and then they had the Dread reports leading up to release.
Yeah. They could put that in a Direct, like a little story recap, and then also just start clipping it out or something.
Yeah.
Dude, you're getting me hyped up. I've been kind of because we haven't really seen that much of Prime 4, so I've just been like, okay,
right.
Prime 4, but now dude, That game's coming out in like a month.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sold on the game, right? But I think the Metroid Prime 4 Direct is meant to sell you.
Yeah.
So we'll see. Fingers crossed I'm right. Hopefully. Or Nintendo has something better in mind.
Or they have nothing in mind and they just send it out to die.
I just don't think I just don't understand how that would make any sense because this game has cost them so much money.
This is like their most expensive game ever, but yeah, we'll see.
We'll see. We'll see. I mean, also you look at games like Elden Ring, Silksong. Clearly, these styles of games can reach a mainstream audience. Metroid's like there was a time where people didn't think games like Silksong or Elden Ring could ever see a mainstream audience, but they've clearly found them. The same can't happen for Metroid. Like, there's no doubt in Metroid's quality, right? There was never any, it's obviously possible. And Nintendo obviously has the resources. The question is, will they get it right?
Yeah, the Silksong thing's interesting because I saw a lot of people being like, oh, why didn't Metroid Dread do this? And like, they're almost like, oh, we had Silksong for being so popular when Metroid, 2D Metroid, like, kind of, where it's at. But to me, I'm like, this thing for 2D Metroid because now more people are getting into Metroidvanias, which will inevitably boost up the 2D Metroid. Yeah, like I mean, Silksong is a great thing if you enjoy Metroidvanias because it means we'll get more Metroidvanias.
For sure, yeah. I mean, like there's been some good ones, but like Silksong, like Hollow Knight and Silksong, like they do a lot for that. So people falling in love with those games is like, oh, so there's more games like this. Yes, actually, you should consider Castlevania or Metroid because those are the OGs. Yeah, and like I think someone like if they play Metroid Dread, they're like, oh, this like it flows really well. Like it's got smooth combat and gameplay, and just like platforming mechanics, and perhaps less frustrating than Silksong. So that's something else to consider. But that might be a turnoff for some people. Yeah. Anyway, I got another super chat here, and then maybe we can get to the Mario stuff after this. So Janko with a super chat. Thank you for the super chat, bro. Andres, if Microsoft shows up with a new game instead of Xenoblade Xenosaga 4, and it's something like that disaster game they made for Wii, I blame you for speaking into existence. I'm kidding.
They're bringing back Disaster Day of Crisis. You said this?
I never said that. I've talked about there being a new IP, right? And so Django's making the leap that it could be Disaster.
They're bringing back Disaster. That's awesome.
I remember being really hyped for that game when I was little, and I was like, oh.
I never played it. It's one of those random Wii games I just kind of missed.
I know. I think it only came out in Japan or something. So there was two games. There was Project Hammer, which I was like, oh, that looks really cool.
That one was canceled. Yeah.
That was sad.
Was that Next Level? Who was that?
I don't even know. Project.
Or
maybe.
Maybe that was
Project Hammer.
Who was that?
NST.
Oh, yeah. And then they got put on Mini Marios for 10 years.
What a bunch of baloney, bro.
That game like had trouble development, and then Nintendo was like, okay.
I feel like a lot of people have no idea what we're talking about, so I definitely think I should show people.
Yeah.
Like, so
just preface it, chat. This is the team that makes the Mario versus DK games.
Yeah. So this was like the art for it.
Yeah.
Like it was edgy and cool, and like
it was like a really cool like 3D action game, and like I mean, there's like footage out there. I'm pretty sure, right?
Yeah, you can YouTube Project Hammer. You'll find gameplay. Like there were some demos out there at some events. Like so, it was weird, but like you're just big, bulky, muscular dude with like mechanical enhancements with a giant hammer, destroying a bunch of robots in a realistic looking city. Like for Wii era, this is like a pretty ambitious looking game. We were very sad that this never came out because this was like, a real game, something cool. Exactly. So we needed stuff like this, and so we didn't get it. I just realized I'm not actually showing you. I failed to show you.
You're on the Google.
Yeah. So I want to show you the bit. Like, so this is like the concept art, right? And then this is the.
Does he have like a Bane mask on?
A what mask on?
Bane?
Bane? I think that's just his really thick, grizzly beard.
Is that it? Yeah, I have to like squint. But
I don't know. I mean, I zoomed this in because the resolution is really low.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'll have to analyze that gameplay of 240p or 360p visuals.
Yeah, do a Project Hammer analysis, trailer analysis.
A Project Hammer analysis. Yeah. Anyway, like that's not even Disaster. I think Disaster was made by Monolith Soft, right? That's why Django brought it up.
Yep.
Disaster, Monolith. Disaster
I think it was released Japan and Europe, I want to say, but not in America.
Yeah, it came out in 2008.
What does it say?
Released...
Yeah, Europe and Australia.
But why not North America?
Well, I feel like Nintendo of America was pretty conservative back then. They were like, we can't release a game that says Disaster, Day of Crisis.
Oh, maybe
something like that.
Maybe, yeah.
Yeah. J. Arthur in chat said you can thank Reggie for that. That was a red pool. He was like, nah.
I mean, what's also interesting about this is that Monolith Soft also put out Xenoblade, right? And there had to be a whole, like, what was it, Project Rainfall?
Yeah, alongside Last Story and Pandora's Tower.
Yeah, that was...
Bro, Nintendo hated Japanese games.
Right?
Yeah.
So strange. Anyway, those days are over. Now things just come out and they are what they are. And I guess the other thing is that we don't see canceled projects too often anymore. Like Nintendo's a lot more careful about announcing stuff. Like they only announce it usually. I mean, when was the last time we had a game that Nintendo announced get canceled? Metroid Prime 4.
yeah, the original Prime 4.
Yeah,
I mean,
and they still gave us a game. Like they still promised to make Metroid Prime 4.
Yeah, because even like Project Giant Robot, you can see that in Nintendo Labo. So like, they don't really cancel stuff.
But that wasn't even an announced game. That was just like a tech demo.
Yeah, Miyamoto was showing it off. Yeah, he was like, "Here's a game where you play as a robot," and people. I guess were like, "Okay, sure, man."
Yeah, and we just saw it repurposed later, which it was funny. I mean, maybe the beta test game could be that. Like, what if it never comes out? What if it's truly just as a test? I don't think so.
Yeah, I think that game will release. That's one of those toy cost games. It could pop up here and like maybe even be shadow dropped. It could come out in 2 years. I really have no idea.
I don't know. I mean, I feel like they wouldn't be testing it for this long. It doesn't make any sense to me.
I mean, over a year now.
Yeah,
public tests. So
I mean, this much is understandable. But if like they continue for like another year, I'd be like,
if there's another test, I would say we can like put a stamp on it. That game's coming out. That would like solidify it.
Oh, a third test.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's crazy. One more super chat here. Metroid Jones, thank you for the super chat. Andres and Bo, I enjoy your content while walking my daughter home from daycare. Appreciate your positivity when it's easy for people to be negative. Bo, you gotta stay more optimistic.
Clearly, I'm such a negative person.
Yeah, but thank you, Metroid Jones, for the kind words. We really do appreciate it. And it's refreshing because, quite frankly, there are some nasty comments out there. So I do appreciate the positivity. It helps to keep things a little bit more balanced. But Bo, let's get into a topic here.
One of the topics that we can get into, yeah.
Let's just tackle the big one. I mean, we've kind of done a good job talking about the Metroid situation already. So
we've been dancing around Mario for so long.
It's time to just dance with Mario or Rosalina or somebody. Interestingly, Mario's 40th anniversary, the 40th anniversary for Super Mario Brothers, is on September 13th. And this Nintendo Direct is very oddly happening on a Friday right before September 12th. We don't have Directs on Fridays, right?
Yeah.
And I checked time zone wise. This is going to air in Japan 2 hours before September 13th.
Yeah, it's like 10 p.m., 11 p.m.
Yes. 10 p.m. So that's crazy. But do you think this is a coincidence, or do you think it's because it's intentional? It's by design. I mean, it is by design, but is it related to Mario's 40th anniversary that the Direct is happening on a Friday, or is it just coincidence?
Yeah, I mean, some people think it's because of tomorrow, obviously 9/11. But if that were the case, they could have done it today. They could have announced it on Tuesday and dropped it on Wednesday. I don't think happening on Friday is a coincidence at all. I think we are going to get a lot of Mario in this direct. I think that is a big reason it is 60 minutes. I think we can expect maybe the last 15 minutes of this direct to be entirely Mario focused.
I pretty much totally agree. And you know what's interesting about this from a rumors perspective, right? Because there was the rumors of like it's mostly coming from Nash Weedle, but Attack the Backlog, friend of the channel, had corroborated a lot of this. Like there's talk of multiple directs in September. One would be for Mario's anniversary, another would be in general. But then they were talking about how there may have been delays for the Mario stuff because of the movie things. And so, given that they've gotten everything else right, like I think it's okay to kind of give them that benefit of the doubt. And it kind of makes sense. Like if the movie part is delayed, then they still have game stuff, and so that would you add that to a general, and yeah, you got a 60-minute direct.
Yeah.
So it makes sense. I think we're gonna get 40th anniversary celebrations. I do think there have been some subtle signs, not as much as 2020, but there has been seemingly a little bit of some interesting like Mario stuff. Like there's a Charles Martinet showing up at Nintendo Live early October.
Oh yeah.
The My Mario line that was just announced, like that just came out last week. There are some clothing merchandise lines that don't show up every year, but they did show up during the 35th anniversary, and they're coming back this year. I think that is by design. So there's been some
even the My Mario stuff coming out like what 2 weeks ago in Japan,
right? Like timing wise, like they could have done it earlier in the year. They choose to do it right before,
and it's not on America
September.
yet. So maybe for our America direct, we'll get the like the North American release dates for the My Mario things as part of like, the Mario segment.
Possibly, yeah. I don't look at them as like huge things, right? Because I think they're kind of meant to be a limited release, but I do look at it as similar to Mario's 35th anniversary. There was just an overall sort of like mission to push the Mario brand. Yep. And so as a result, you start to see a lot of little things throughout, right? Yeah. And so, I mean, I've talked about this before, but like, I think Mario Kart World and Donkey Kong Bonanza do factor into this. I think the Mario movie factors into this. Like, it's all cross promotion. Like it's not. This is yes, Nintendo makes things we want, right? But they do that because it makes them money, right? This anniversary stuff, they do it because it makes them money. And so all this stuff, it compiles, right? Like that it's all part of their master plan. They talked about this years ago, right? Like they have the parks, they have the movies, they have the merchandising, they have the games, and they all kind of bleed into each other. They expand the audience. So I think it's all tied together. And I think they're gonna have something else. But what is your something else? Because my something else I don't think is surprising, but I'm kind of curious what you think.
You mean like the big Mario announcement for this?
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm of two minds on how they'll close this direct. Okay. It's possible the Mario stuff is in the middle or something.
Possibly.
I think one of these two games will be announced, either Animal Crossing or 3D Mario. I lean towards 3D Mario though. One of those two games is going to close this direct. And I'm kind of leaning towards 3D Mario because it is the anniversary. That can be their big tease for 2026, fall 2026 game. Animal Crossing, it also feels like it's time for that, but maybe they can save that for a little bit. Yeah, I think they're going to tease the next 3D Mario here, and that'll be the big closer. You want to sell your new system. I mean, they're already selling it, but like you want to solidify it. And if that game is coming out next year, why not just go ahead and do a little trailer? Because we've seen in September Directs before, like Luigi's Mansion 3 and even Animal Crossing. These were announced in the September Direct the year before. So why not?
What if they tease Luigi's Mansion 4 to close the show?
They could. I think that'd be like that. I'm excited for that game, but I don't know. It'd be like a little iffy.
It'd be very Nintendo though.
Yeah,
because like Nintendo does a good job of letting us panic, right? Like I think teasing 3D Mario would be important so we don't panic, right? and then I'm gonna have to do damage control for an until guys, listen, this doesn't mean that, and then people are gonna disagree with me until it's confirmed or not confirmed, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree though. I think 3D Mario to close the show just makes the most sense, right? Like the way I envisioned the direct, I think they open with Prime 4. And maybe I'm off with that. Maybe that's just like middle of the show, right? But I think I envision them opening with Prime 4, give us a release date, announce a Prime 4 direct, and then the middle of the direct has a whole bunch of stuff. And then that last 10, 15 minutes, it's just Mario anniversary things, right? And I think there's going to be an anniversary game that comes out in September, but I don't think that's the last announcement. I think it's like the second to last announcement. The last announcement is a teaser for 3D Mario. I was back and forth on this for the last few months, but seeing that 60-minute direct, I'm just like, nah, this is they're not going to close the show with a September like anniversary game that's like a remaster or something, right? They're gonna close the show with a new announcement for a big title.
Yeah. And in my mind, that it has to be 3D Mario or Animal Crossing. Like those are the two games that it could be. I guess Luigi's Mansion 4 is like the other tier down, but
it's Donkey Kong level.
Yeah,
I mean, sales wise, it's probably higher, but
yeah. Well, we'll see what Bonanza does lifetime.
We got to see. Yeah, it's like we got to.
It'll certainly be the best selling Donkey Kong game, but we'll see how it actually like lands out in a couple years. But
yeah, I mean, we're on the same page. I mean, I think it probably should be 3D Mario.
Yes.
If it's not 3D Mario, then it's because they're not. I mean, it's also possible that there's not like the Mario anniversary stuff is not that significant, right? Like maybe I still think I'm totally committed to there being an anniversary game. I will be completely shocked if there's not an anniversary game. But maybe like to your point, like you mentioned, like if the anniversary stuff just happens like in the middle of the direct, then I think that means they have less plans for it, right? There'll still be some things like they can have like a segment, like they'll have an anniversary title, be like, oh yeah, we're gonna do like a concert or something, you know. They'll announce some things, right? It'll be like it'll take up like maybe 6-7 minutes of the presentation, you know.
Yeah.
And that would leave the closer to be something else, and I think Animal Crossing or Luigi's Mansion 4 would be good fits. Animal Crossing would probably be like
deal.
Yeah, but you know, that doesn't mean Nintendo cares.
Yeah, that is true. Well, my thing with Animal Crossing, like I don't know if this necessarily matters, but do you really want to put those out? Do you want to put that out the same year as Tomodachi Life? They're so similar in terms of like the audience, not in terms of gameplay, but in terms of audience, those are very similar. So I don't know. I'm kind of feeling like maybe early 2027 for Animal Crossing. I mean, I could see it being next year, but
I mean,
if
3D Mario is an early 2026 title, and Animal Crossing is like the holiday 2026 title. Like that
is a good spacing. I don't know. Yeah. I'm leaning towards 3D Mario though, especially with it being the anniversary. Like, why not?
Also, Animal Crossing would be a Switch 2 exclusive.
True.
Right? Tomodachi Life is a Switch 1 title.
Yeah.
Which we think will have some sort of enhancement on Switch 2, right?
I think it'll have a Switch 2 like box on the shelf. Yeah.
Yeah. The thing is, like, I don't. I mean, they did it for Pokemon. Like, I guess they could do it for Tom. Like,
I think optically having a Switch 2 version matters. Like for people to be like, that game's on Switch 2. Okay, I'll buy it on Switch 2.
Right.
Or even like me when I'm sorry to cut you off. When I'm like scrolling the eShop, I look for that red banner that says Switch 2. I feel like there's probably a lot of people that are like me doing that.
You're right.
I think it's important.
No, I think you're right. Like from a branding perspective, it makes sense. But me just thinking about it from a practicality perspective, like I don't think any Tomodachi Life fans would be like, "Oh my god, I can't wait to play this game in 4K." It's gonna look the same. I mean, it'll look sharper.
I disagree because I think the Animal Crossing fans are super excited to play a 4K game, and it's the same audience.
I think Animal Crossing is a better looking game. Better looking.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, it is. Yeah.
But I think people will care. I just don't think they will care that much. But to your point, from a branding perspective, just people they see that on the eShop, they see the cases in the store, they're gonna pick up that version. And I agree with you there for sure. So I don't know. It feels like there's been a little bit of Animal Crossing smoke, but I think the interesting thing, like, so I don't. I saw. I don't know if there's something. I need to do some research, right? Like I haven't done the research for tomorrow's video yet. But I've seen some things that I want to take a closer look at. So I don't know what's going on quite yet. So if there is something going on, let me know in the chat. But or maybe you've heard Bo. But there's a rumor for Animal Crossing that I talked about a couple days ago that actually happened like in August, but no one talked about it that I noticed at least. And it was coming from Special Nick from the Xbox Era podcast. He talked about how he heard one, the Galaxy 2 remaster, but also two, that Animal Crossing would be using like you'll be able to like import and export like your designs through the Switch app, which I think makes sense.
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah.
But just because that rumor happens, and for the record, Special Nick had heard about the entire Switch 2 launch plans, like the 2 bundle prices, the SKU, the release timing, spot on with all of it from his source, right? Like, so like there's definitely like clearly he has at least some connections. And he doesn't do it for clout, like clearly because people don't even know about this. Like, but the point I'm getting at is just because he heard about something for Animal Crossing does not mean it's going to be in the direct, right? Like it might be, you know, like it's perhaps like, if it's legitimate, it's perhaps a good sign that the game's not that far off, but it's not. It doesn't mean it's going to be in the direct. It's not a direct leak necessarily. Yeah. It's just possibly. So
what do you think is the anniversary game? Because I think this is where we might disagree a little bit.
I think we disagree just because you haven't heard you say anything on it yet, and I think it's Mario Galaxy 2.
Okay, see, I think it's Mario Wonder or Maker 2 Switch 2 edition.
I mean, it might be more than one. So
yeah, honestly, it could be like a Galaxy 2 or 3D All Stars re-release, and on top of Mario Wonder. I think Mario is the likeliest. I think that might be shadow dropped with like a physical coming out.
You cut out. What's the likeliest in your opinion?
I think.
I didn't hear you.
Switch 2 edition.
Yeah, I think a Mario Wonder Switch 2 edition is happening. Yeah. It makes a lot of sense. It's more reason. I mean, it feels my opinion that there's got to be like a dedicated like anniversary like portion because there's gonna be more than one announcement. But I think similar to how there's a Kirby Air Riders and a Kirby and the Forgotten Plus Starcross World, there can be a Mario Wonder Switch 2 edition and a Galaxy 2 remaster.
Sure.
Yeah.
That'd be hype.
Yeah, I mean, that's just what I think is happening. I think the Galaxy 2 thing makes a lot of sense because of the Yoshi element of things, right? We know Yoshi's going to play a role in the movie. So...
Well, that's actually a good point. Outside of Galaxy 2 is Woolly World. That seems to be an open secret. Do you think we see that here?
So...
Because that's another one that could like just be announced and released in like a couple weeks.
They had accidentally showed it in like the compatible Switch 1 games thing.
It was unique art.
It was unique art.
Yeah.
But it wasn't. But it was only in the North American version, right? Like the other versions had.
Yeah, it was just the
Crafted World. So it's strange. But yeah, I mean, I think that is something else that, if assuming that there's a game, right? Like, I think that's the reason to think that. Yeah, I mean, I think that could be part of it. I don't know if that comes out this year. Yeah, I feel like Yoshi's like
maybe closer to the movie.
Yeah, closer to the movie. But movie's not until April. Yeah. So they got some months, right? And to your point from earlier about Switch 2 editions, like they can. I mean, I don't even know what it would be if it's a Switch 2 edition or a Switch 1, but like something like that could come out in the same month as something else, right? Like we could still see like a handful of games come out between January and March. It doesn't have to be like 3; it could be 4 or 5.
Yoshi can like pair up with Splatoon Raiders or something in a month. Like
for
it's
sure,
not a huge deal.
For sure, like that could be like the March combo or February combo or something.
Yeah.
And I love the idea of them having an anniversary segment where there's just several Mario games announced. That's what I want to see. I want to see Mario 35 come back. Maybe it becomes Mario 40 or they just change it to Mario 99. But I was very sad when that was only out for a small portion of time because
that game was a lot of fun. The game was a lot of fun.
It was, and I barely played it, and I regret not playing it more. But also, like, that's something I just want to exist so I can come back to it at any point, and it doesn't.
Yeah.
So
do you think Galaxy 2 will be like a limited until March 31st kind of deal again, or do you think it would just be available?
Well, so I mentioned that earlier just because of the precedent with 3D All Stars.
Yeah.
And I think it's kind of it's an interesting idea, because I think the mentioning of it being limited creates like a little bit of a rabidness in terms of people to pick it up, right? And that game sold like 9 million copies or something like that.
It sold really well in the short time frame it was available.
Exactly. Like now Galaxy 2 is just one game, it's not 3, and I think that there's just something to consider there. I'm going to say it's not limited though, just because. I mean, first off, the Switch 2 is just coming out. Like, there's not even that much of people who own a Switch 2 yet. Maybe it's a Switch 1 title as well, which I'm divided on it. It's kind of given how like they're not really announcing Switch 1 games, like, so I don't know. And
that would kind of be mean if it wasn't on Switch 1. Like, I would feel bad for the Switch 1 owners. Like, are you serious?
It would be, but also like it would be a reason to buy a Switch 2.
Yeah.
And to be so, if this is like a very simple remaster, then I'll be scratching my head why they didn't make it a Switch 1 game. But the fact that it would be like that we've only heard about Galaxy 2, right? Like, leads me to believe, assuming the rumor is true, right? Like that it's its own independent release, and if it's its own independent release, I think would have more work done than say the games the work they did for 3D All Stars, because the work was divided between 3 games, right? Like this would be just one. So I think it'd be more along the lines of most of the Nintendo remasters we saw throughout the Switch era, where like the visuals were actually upped a decent amount and they maybe added some new content. Like that's what I would want to see. The only thing is like, okay, but then what about 3D Mario? Like, does that take away from 3D Mario in any way? I think it doesn't have to, but it's something to consider.
Yeah.
But no, I don't think it'd be limited to answer your question.
Yeah. I agree. I still don't really know why they did that, to be honest. I mean, they could have sold, like, I mean, they would have doubled the sales. I mean, that would be like one of the best selling Mario games ever if they had left 3D All Stars out. It'd be in the 20 plus million. Yeah, that was very strange. But
I mean, what's stranger, what they did with 3D All Stars, or what they did with Prime Remastered?
3D All Stars. From like a financial perspective, it's like, what, you could have made so much money.
And what's crazy though is that Remastered was more expensive.
Oh, to develop, yeah.
Yeah. They probably had like 2 people work on 3D All Stars for. That's
what's so weird about Nintendo. Like I don't think they're in Metroid for money. They're just in it because they like Metroid and they want fans to have their Metroid game. Because like that Metroid's not putting bread on the table. That's it's the same thing with like another Code or Emio coming out. It's like they have these smaller games that like serves their fan base, but Mario, Zelda, Pokemon, that's what's paying the bills.
So I don't know if you've heard this take before, but I like it. It's a take made by Kiwi Talks, and he's talked about, and supposedly he's heard this right from his different developer contacts, that Nintendo looks at Metroid as something that kind of expands their catalog, right? And so its value goes beyond its sales, because there are people who will get a Switch 2 or a console for Metroid, right? Like Metroid brings in a different audience than Mario does. And so there's extra value there because now those people are on the console. They can buy other things. They bought the console, right? Alongside Metroid. Like, so
yeah,
it's not just, hey, this game only sold 3 million copies, which is still good, just for the record, right? But it's also, hey, this is bringing in an audience that otherwise wouldn't have cared. So there's a little bit, and I think that the same could be said for maybe other games. Like it's not just, there's more than one metric to consider. Like with Emio, for example, like that appeals to people who like graphic novels, like and then the whole the edginess to it, the spookiness to it. Like that's not your typical Nintendo audience.
I think that's why it was so important that Xenoblade 2 was a launch year game for Switch 1, because that's the game I was like, okay, they have a big first party exclusive open world RPG year one. That was a huge deal for the console, Yeah.
Huge. For sure. definitely. So yeah, I guess so I think it's Galaxy 2 Remaster, right? Because they buy into the rumor, and I think it makes sense because of the whole Yoshi element, and it would be pretty hype. You just think it would be a Mario Wonder / Mario Maker Switch 2 editions, or is there?
Yeah, one of them. I'm not sure if they would do both. I could see it going. I lean towards Wonder just because it's a more recent game, but
yeah.
Correct me if I'm wrong. Maker 2 hasn't had like a mouse support update, right? I don't think it has, and that's weird.
Mario Paint has.
Yeah, Mario Paint has mouse controls. So Mario Maker 2 not getting a Switch 2 like free upgrade is weird. So I feel like there might be something there. I kind of hope they just do a new game in that case, though. Just do Maker 3.
Yeah, I guess it depends if they have plans to make a Maker 3.
Right. Because I guess like what else can I mean? Obviously a Wonder theme, but that could be added in the Switch 2 edition. So I don't know. But also I don't know if you want to like segment the player base with a Switch 2 edition when you could just make a new game. I'm not sure.
Yeah. I'm looking up if Mario Maker is included in the free updates, and it's not.
Yeah.
So there's not that many. It's like 12 games.
Yeah, but like Captain Toad got it. So like, why didn't Mario Maker 2? That's weird.
Well, I mean, neither did Mario Wonder, right?
Right, but then New Super Mario Bros. You did. So these two Mario games that seem primed for a Switch 2 edition are kind of just left with nothing. So.
Yeah, I mean, I just think that they're planning various Switch 2 editions. I mean, Mario Maker's also. Yeah, I mean, U Deluxe did come out before Mario Maker 2.
Yeah, like 5 months before.
Yeah. I don't know, but I definitely don't think we'll get both. I mean, you said it yourself. Like that's just it'd be weird to do both in the holidays. So I think it'd be Mario Wonder.
You think we're getting Mario Wonder and Galaxy 2 this year?
I think we're getting both announced.
Okay.
Sure. I mean, the one thing I honestly care about is Galaxy 2 Remaster. I enjoyed Mario Wonder. If they announce more content, I'm all for that too. But I think the thing that's going to really turn eyes is the remaster of Galaxy 2. Like, I'd also just kind of look at it from a perspective of, how is Nintendo going to make this holiday season seem pretty strong? And Mario, well, don't get me wrong. Like, a Mario Wonder Switch 2 edition is going to sell well, right? But you already have Mario Kart, right? You already have Pokemon. Like, you're going to have games that kind of appeal to the masses, right? One Mario related, one just Pokemon. I don't know if you need and then you have the Kirby stuff. Like, I don't know if you need Mario Wonder right now, right? But then a Galaxy 2 remaster, like, that's a 3D Mario adventure, right? That alongside everything else, I think it kind of really helps to wrap up the lineup a little bit better, in my opinion.
See, that's interesting because I would actually disagree because there's no 2D platforms right now on Switch 2.
I was thinking about that.
So a Mario Wonder Switch 2 edition, actually, I think that would wrap it up a little bit nicer. Because we have Bonanza. Bonanza is the 3D Mario this year.
What if it's Yoshi? That's a 2D game.
Woolly World, if that pops up, that could be.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah. Yeah. I mean, they put out Donkey Kong Country Returns HD earlier this year, but
they were clear on the web.
That's not for Switch 2.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was another game they just kind of put out to die.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anything else, Mario? Do you think like movie stuff? I think they'll probably talk about like who's voicing Yoshi or something. But in terms of like games,
yeah, I'm just focused on games. Like, I'm not even sure the movie stuff is going to show up here.
Yeah. I guess Mario Kart DLC. I don't know.
Yes, I'm glad you brought that up. I bet. I think it's.
Sorry.
No, go.
I think we'll get like a kind of smaller update that's just like a couple characters and carts, but like the big expansion with like presumably a new map or something, that'll be next year.
Yeah, I'm not expecting like a whole other island to be added yet.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I think we're gonna get an update. I think it's gonna be a Donkey Kong update.
Totally.
It just makes too much sense.
Dude, the lack of costumes for DK and Pauline is a crime.
It's so sus.
It's so obvious. Like, what are you doing? You're not right. Slick, Nintendo.
And without spoiling anything, have you heard about the whole credits thing?
Yeah. Oh yes.
Yeah. I I feel like the only reason they've waited this long is just because they don't want to spoil anything. It makes too much sense. Like, and there's really a lot you can pull from. I mean, first off, Diddy Kong's got to be in there, like among others, without spoiling anything. So Kid Pauline, like
even Odd Rock. Put Odd Rock, dude. That'd be so cool.
Oh yeah, it would. Oh, dude. And the other thing, like, it's not even just like adding characters, but maybe more carts, right?
Yeah.
Maybe a Rambi cart, or just Rambi itself being like a playable cart, or maybe Rambi is a playable character. Like, that would be crazy. It makes no sense, but that's kind of Mario Kart's thing, right? Also, though, like, when I say tracks, I mean like musical tracks. Like, they got to add in Donkey Kong music, because Donkey Kong Bonanza has fantastic music, and that would be awesome. It'd be interesting though. What if they did add like a new track? Hear me out. This is not a prediction. It's just kind of me spitballing an idea, right? But what if, like, the thing is, the crazy thing about Bonanza, it's all about going into the depths. Like, they could easily like add a whole bunch of new content to Mario Kart World by going underground.
That'd be really cool.
Hear me out, man. I don't want to split. You beat Bonanza, right?
Yeah.
So you know what happens at the end, right? You go through the world and you show up elsewhere, right?
Yes.
On the other side, right? Like, so imagine like what if this wouldn't all happen in one go, right? Like, realistically. But what if, like, you have Mario Kart World as is, right? And then there's like, oh, here's the Bonanza expansion, right? Like, it's not just a free update. Like, maybe we do get like characters and stuff as a free update, but there's a Bonanza expansion where you literally go underground. There's just there's like a whole world to race through underground. And then the next expansion is the other side of the world, where there's other tracks from other Mario Universe stuff.
That'd be amazing. That'd be so cool.
It would yes, and then it would be truly Mario Kart World, not Mario Kart Continent.
That's true. That's true.
So
God, I need more. I need more tracks in that game. I need more, because like I hope there's tracks in the update that we get on Friday, but I really kind of feel like it's just gonna be characters and carts.
Yeah,
and then they save like the big, because I feel like it's gonna be one big like lump of content at once, and I don't know if I feel like it's too soon for that.
Yeah, I think Nintendo does need to announce something that we're like kind of getting updates for over time. Like, so for example, we had the Booster Quiz Pass, right? We're like, oh, we're gonna get this every direct, right? Or Smash, like these things gave us something to look forward to that were kind of recurring, right? I think they need to announce something like that. I don't know if we're there for Mario Kart World quite yet. But I definitely agree there's going to be an update. And I don't know if it's more, I think it could be more than just like carts, tracks, and music, right? Which I totally hope we're going to get. But like, you look at like Knockout Tour, they don't even have to add more tracks. They just have to mix up the arrangements of tracks to give us a lot more Knockout Tours,
it's all there.
Like, like what if they allowed us to like draw our own route? Like, and that's your Knockout Tour. Like, oh, you have to go through 6 locations and you connect them. Like, they should let us do that. They should give us an update to like the missions mode. Like, give us like an actual organization of it. And I think they could add other cups. I mean, like a circuit cup, right? Or like online is what I'm talking about. Like, you have just intermission tracks, you have just circuit tracks. Like, I think there's things like that they can do that would make things really interesting. I think they could even do like a leaderboards for the missions mode, like if they do organize it, because they do track your time, and so there's a lot of things that you can just like, oh, there's that, and if you're already at the list, maybe you can like just immediately spawn by that mission, because there's some really fun missions that are like races in certain areas of the map that are almost like its own unique track or layout. So like there's a lot they could do with Mario Kart World without actually adding new tracks to make it interesting. I think they got to do that first.
Yeah, no, I totally agree. There's so much, like, there's just so much there already. Like you're mentioning, like the P switches that are just races or whatever. Like they have all those remakes of all those SNES tracks, but you can't actually race on them online. They're just there. And I know they're basic or whatever, but like there's so much they can do with what they already have.
It would be cool, like they add just like an online missions mode, right? Like where you can pick missions off a list and you just compete with each other. And maybe it's wonky, right? Because not every mission is designed for others, but that's kind of part of the madness, you know? Like they could do something like that.
Yeah, adding a leaderboard to the P switches would be crazy. Kind of like Balloon World vibes of just grinding them out. Yeah, right.
And that would make it a lot more interesting. It would get more people to feel.
It would get me back in. I haven't played it since June. You know, like I'm pretty much tapped.
Yeah, so. I've already told you how for me I kind of like little by little. So that's another thing. I think Mario Kart. There's really a lot of material they could do. How do you feel about it's so tricky with spoilers, but I was going to ask you, how do you feel about a Bonanza update? Not Donkey Kong in Mario Kart, like Donkey Kong
for Bonanza. Kong. Yeah. I actually think that's possible. Maybe just like new costumes or something. I'm not sure if it would get like its own Balloon World themed mode. That'd be really cool for that game. But I could see them just adding like more costumes and stuff, you know?
Okay. Yeah. That's conceivable. How do you feel about like an expansion pass? If not now, eventually.
That game kind of feels one and done to me. I don't know. Like it's like very conceivable. They could just do more layers, but
I'm asking for one layer.
Just one layer.
It's not even a layer.
Oh,
have I said enough?
Yeah, that'd be great. Can Nintendo could Nintendo possibly be that good to us?
It's the Isle Delfino of Mario Odyssey.
It is.
Except they didn't take it out of the map.
Yeah.
This is not a spoiler. It's DK Isle. Like it's on the map. You know, like
that'd be nice. Maybe not now, but like next year they just throw it in.
Yeah, it's like it would be a good next year thing, right? Like you know how like we got Torna, you know, the year after for Xeno, like something like that. It's like, hey, here's this, you know.
Yeah. I don't even think it would be paid. I think it'd be like free update.
I think it'd be paid.
You think so?
Oh yeah. I mean that's actually a good question to ask. I want to ask you, like, do you think we see the return of just like paid DLC again? Because like throughout the Switch era, most of Nintendo's major titles saw some sort of expansion pass. More recently, that's died down. My theory on that is simply because we were transitioning over to Switch 2, and we have seen that like Forgotten Land didn't get DLC, but it did. It just we're waiting for Switch 2.
Yeah, and we're expecting it to happen with Mario Wonder and Pikmin 4.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's interesting.
We sort of got that with Tears. Sorta. It's not the DLC I wanted, but it's the DLC we got.
Yeah. I'm still annoyed there's no Master Mode in the Switch 2 edition.
Yeah,
that makes me so angry.
That's such a miss.
Yeah, it's so weird. Yeah, it's weird. It's weird because like Mario Kart World, I actually think the DLC is going to be free across the board. I think all the DLC is going to be free. Even the big track expansion. I think every content that game gets will be free.
I don't agree, but we'll see what happens.
I think if they charge for it, they're insane. After the backlash, after it being $80, I don't think they can get away with it. Like they can, but not in terms of like the online discussion. They can't.
How much? And even that?
And even the booster course pass, they kind of gave away.
I think it'd be affordable, right? Maybe it's even free for like online expansion pack members or something.
Yeah, maybe that's how they do it again.
But also to your point, I don't think they announced it soon. The paid stuff.
Yeah, that'd be next year for Mario Kart, I would say.
But they do give us free updates for sure first. That's the starting point. And for the record, if they announce a Mario Kart World Expansion Pass on Friday, I'm not gonna be mad. I'm gonna be gonna be happy. I'm gonna be joking like yes.
Oh yeah, of
more
course. I'll
content.
be happy to get more tracks in there.
And I will spend money. I'll put in another $40. Yes.
I don't know.
I'm crazy, I guess.
I'm not expecting paid DLC for Mario Kart or Bonanza. I would say
ever.
No, I would say no for either.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Less so for Bonanza. I think it's likelier for Mario Kart to get paid DLC.
Okay.
But Bonanza, I don't know. I don't know why, but that game kind of feels one and done. Maybe some free costume updates. Maybe what you're talking about with DK Island, but I don't know.
I see your point, though. I mean, the other thing about DK Island is that there's Donkey Kong's houses in the game already.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, it's different, but, you know, it is there. So how do you handle that? You know, that could be like a weird, like, continuity thing. So
here's an interesting one. Do you think Pokemon will have a DLC pass? Arceus had a free update, but they also kind of squished Arceus like right before Scarlet.
There's a rumor that Legends of ZA is going to have DLC. I mean, I have no doubt there's going to be free updates.
Yeah, of course.
Question is, will there be an expansion pass? And I just the thing that has me thinking it could happen is also the thing that has me thinking it can't happen. Because next year is Pokemon's 30th anniversary. And you know how, like, listen, they celebrate their anniversaries every year, right? They're like, oh, every anniversary is huge for Pokemon, right? But
this is the true big one.
This is an actual big one, right? And it's coinciding with Generation 10. Like, I'm absolutely convinced Generation 10 comes out at the end of next year, right? Like, I don't think that's something we have to argue. And so for that reason, I would say there's not really much space for an expansion pass. However, because it's the 30th anniversary, it's more reason to release more Pokemon stuff and to get away with more things to sell throughout the year. So, like, they could conceivably have Legends ZA come out in October as it is. Then 4 to 6 months later, there's DLC. Then come next November, it's Pokemon Gen 10.
Yeah.
Like, I don't
especially if it's only
that.
If it's only one wave of DLC, unlike how they've done it for Sword and Shield and Scarlet and Violet, where they had the two. If it's just like one big paid update for Legends ZA, I think that makes sense. I can see that. In like April or May.
Yeah.
Announced it on Pokemon Day.
And the tricky part to this though is that we've seen that a lot of Nintendo games have the 2-wave format, right? Or 2 to 3 wave format.
Yeah.
To see a 1-wave paid DLC format, do we have that really for Nintendo published titles? I guess like
they always do it in 2 waves. Even like the Splatoon one where it was like you can go back to the Splatoon 1 hub. That was like part of a wave for some reason. Yeah,
the Xenoblade games had multiple waves. Fire Emblem had multiple waves. Zelda had multiple waves. Breath of the Wild. I mean, actually, Age of Calamity had multiple waves, I believe. Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's all been like waves.
Pokemon had multiple waves. Like, yeah.
I think about other games that had paid DLC. Even like Luigi's Mansion 3 didn't have like a little paid multiplayer like wave DLC.
I was trying to think of it. Like, whatever that was, I didn't play it.
Me neither.
Yeah, was it paid? I don't even know.
There was definitely a paid DLC. I don't know if it was multiple waves, but
well, actually, we can look this up, right? It would be on Nintendo's website, wouldn't it? Luigi's Mansion 3.
We have science.
Yes,
we can figure this out together.
View DLC. Let me hear a screen share.
I remember like a Disco Luigi or something that you could play as.
So there's a DLC bundle for $10. It's a multiplayer pack, to your point.
I wonder if it was all released at once. Is there no images?
No.
That's really funny.
Well, there's nothing, but there is a description. The Ghost Hunt continues into 2020 with Luigi's Mansion 3 multiplayer pack DLC. The DLC adds chilling yet charming costumes that Luigi can sport. Okay, I don't need to read this. But the main point is that it looks like it was a single wave DLC. So there's some precedent. Not a lot, but this is something, right?
Using the Luigi's Mansion 3 costume DLC to back up our Legends ZA theories here.
I want to say yes for the joke, but no.
Yeah.
But But it's not so much that it gets conceivable. Is really all it is. Like we've done it before. It's unusual though. I think just based off how we've seen Pokemon Company and Game Freak operate, I would assume it's just a free update. But if it's paid DLC, whatever. Oh, it's disconnected. I'll give him a minute. Attack the backlog with a super chat. What's up, buddy? Thank you for the super chat. We need arms too. Hope you're well, dude. As you can see, I've been robbed. There's nothing in my room. Yeah, I just moved in. I'm still like slowly moving in stuff, right? I just finally like in my living room. I just finally got my TV mounted in the wall. I actually mounted a couple days ago, but I don't know if you can hear me, but like you know when you mount a TV, you need to find like the studs. Can't hear him yet. I'll give a minute. Or you're muted. You may be intentionally muted. You can unmute yourself. I don't know. But yeah, so like you gotta find the studs, right? That's like there's like a little machine you can use. It like tells you where they are in the wall, right, where you want to like drill in. And so I did that, right? I had these like 4 like really big, thick screws that I thought went deep into the wall. But as it turns out, while there's technically a stud, it's like super, super thin. And the actual like part of the wall, like it's mostly just drywall. Like this is all that's there. And everything else is just empty space. So there was never that much support. So when we like went to pull out, because my brother was with me, and my dad too, like they came with me that day, just to like drop off the TV. And so they were holding it, and I needed to put like the little screw like in the mount in the middle, just so like it could stay like safe. And then we like extended it out, it collapsed. And had they not been holding it, it would have fallen down on my face, and it would have been really bad. So the wall sucked. So I had to get like special like anchor like screws that like, and so there's like 10 screws on the wall, and hopefully it doesn't collapse, because that would be a lot of money down the drain, and time and resources and sadness, and yeah. Anyway, I'm good. Just moving in's been a lot of work, and clearly there's still a lot more to do. So yeah. Yu, how long am I streaming for? I'm probably getting close to the end, honestly. So pretty close. Bo's been out for a minute. I don't know if he's done for the night and it's just not working or not. Your mic will not turn back on. Oh. Maybe disconnect your mic. I don't know if you're listening to the stream, but let's try to. Sup? Hey.
I have no idea, dude. It just like keeps cutting out. This is a new issue. That's cool.
I'm sure next time it won't even be a thing. It just sometimes these things happen.
This better not happen on Friday.
Oh yeah. I mean, I'm
sad. I missed the arms too question.
Oh,
we need arms too.
I
have nothing to add. I just want arms too.
Yeah, I kind of glossed over that actually. I'm glad you brought it. Like, yes, give us arms too, or give us legs and thighs.
Okay. Game I actually expect to see DLC for. I don't know if it'll be in this direct, but I think we will randomly get a direct at some point, maybe now, maybe in February, that announces Dragon Drive DLC.
Oh yes,
it's gonna be one of those headlines where we're sitting there watching it and it pops up with like new cosmetics, maybe a Samus helmet, and we're just like, why is this game getting DLC? It seems perfect.
I would love it though.
Just gonna add some random. Maybe they'll add a second court. $20 for the second court.
You know, it'd be crazy if Dragon Drive like low key like is evergreen and just continues to sell.
Yeah.
Until I was like, oh, this sold 2 million copies. 3 years from now, this sold 4.5 million copies.
It just keeps going for some reason.
8 years from now, it's sold 10 million copies, and we're like, oh man, can't wait for Dragon Drive 2.
Yeah.
right?
I'm telling you, kids are gonna be nostalgic for Dragon Drive, and like
I'm telling
years.
you, 8 years from now, we're gonna be doing a live stream and Attack the Backlogs and be like, we need Dragon Drive 2. Yeah, and we're gonna be complaining about Arms 3 not being that good. It wasn't as good as Legs 2.
We need Legs, please.
I mean, we kind of have it already in the soccer thing in Switch Sports. Oh, by the way, I don't know if you've heard, but
trap.
Yeah. But do we know what the code name is for Dragon Drive? Because people were speculating that was like the other code name. Because there were 8 code name leaks from Midori.
Elsa and Anna or whatever.
Yeah, I think Anna's the Switch Sports. Like, so or
I hope that wasn't it.
I don't think it was made by the same team, actually.
It was a weird overlap of EPD 4 and 5, but it was a very small team.
Yeah, I think it's safe to say that probably wasn't it.
Yeah.
Switch Sports doesn't seem related to Switch Sports at all either. Like it's way too different.
It is a sport, but yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
I think we'll get Switch Sports 2 next year. Early direct next year. It's got to be cooking. Yeah. That game sold so well.
That's actually a game that people were like, "Oh, this game sucks." And I'm like, "Are you sure?" And
that is my most played Switch game.
I love Switch Sports.
Yeah, I'm a defender. Like, is it lacking some of the charm of like Wii Sports Resort? Sure, but I think I have like 200 hours in it. For some reason, I just kept playing it.
I play golf with my dad and my brother consistently. I really like the basketball mode. There are other modes in there. Like, I haven't even played. Honestly, I still haven't played enough of it.
You gotta get back in there. Drop Silk Song for Switch Sports.
Yeah.
Wait, did you see that there's that new bundle that I think it was Canada has like a new Switch Sports bundle for Switch 1? That's so random.
I did see that.
Why are they
Switch Sports is the act? Well, it actually makes a strange amount of sense because now that we've transitioned over to Switch 2, what are the kind of games that are going to get you to sell on Switch 1?
The most casual game, yeah.
Yeah, Switch Sports is now the Switch 1's
Mario Kart
killer app.
Yeah. That's an interesting point, yeah.
Yeah. Huh. Nintendo knows better than we do usually. So it's crazy.
Yeah, that's why they raised the price.
Yeah.
The other day at Target, I saw some poor girl buying a Switch OLED for $400, and I was tempted to just like walk up and be like, "Please don't do this."
Here, I'll give you $50.
Yeah, please
buy this one instead. They might not have had a choice.
Yeah. I mean,
yeah. They gotta know Switch 2 exists, right?
Yeah, I would hope so. But also, it's never in stock, so like, how would they know?
I guess it also depends on like if they're buying the Switch 1 for a specific game, like, and they're like, "Oh, but I really want that OLED screen."
Sure, weird combo.
Yeah, I mean, the thing is, the Switch 2 screen is very good. Like,
yeah,
you'll be fine. Man, I love like taking my Switch 2 in handheld mode, just like playing like Silk Song. Like, it just
no, dude, that game it looks so good. The 120 hertz mode too. Like,
yeah,
ooh, that's a beautiful game.
Yeah, I love it. I love the layers of Silk Song. Like, they did some impressive stuff with the visuals. I'm a fan.
Yeah,
obviously, it's an indie title, right? Like, but like it's really cool. Actually, what do you make of this? Is kind of like going beyond like direct stuff, but like, how do you feel about all these third-party games, like in the conversation about it? Like, a lot of doomers, and now the doomers are running out of evidence.
Oh, for third parties on Switch 2?
Right, like Star Wars Outlaws being a really good port, Final Fantasy VII Remake being a good port, Elden Ring improving with each updated build we see.
Well, so I went hands-on with a lot of the stuff at PAX.
Yeah.
And when I went on, Star Wars was actually the first thing I played because I was waiting for them to call me for Kirby Air Ride.
Sure.
Star Wars, I was immediately like, oh wow, Star Wars is like really good. Because that was before we had seen any footage of it. Because I was skeptical because like they were like, oh, you can't record footage, and I'm like, that's not a good sign. But then I played it and it was like actually really good. 7 Remake, incredible. Elden Ring I thought was really bad. Like I had my friend with me and we kind of like the rep was there and we kind of just looked at each other like, oh no. Like when you turn the camera in Elden Ring, I was playing docked. I mean, I wouldn't recommend anybody playing on Switch 2 unless they massively improve the build by release.
Yeah.
Like usually running at like 20 FPS, I would say.
Yo, Ocarina of Time was 20 FPS.
Yeah, different time.
Yeah.
No, I mean, I really hope they can get that working, but also Bandai Namco, we're seeing like Dragon Ball Sparking Zero on Switch 2 runs at like 30 FPS and 810p or whatever. I know it's not literally the same team within Bandai Namco, but
it's weird.
They don't seem to be doing the best with their ports. Even that golf game that came out on Switch 1 runs really bad on Switch 1, which it's like why is this stuff running poorly? But
yeah,
the other stuff was really impressive. I haven't seen too much of Chronos. I really want to check that out. That game looks really cool.
Yeah.
Came out at a bad time. I feel bad for it.
Yeah, it's getting overlooked. I would have picked it up if it wasn't for Silk Song.
Yep, me too.
But Silk Song. So
yep, I had to get.
I may still pick it up, but
I think I'll, depending on what Nintendo has for October, I might try to pick it up on sale if there's like a sale around Halloween. Do a little Halloween playthrough of it.
Mm-hmm. I want to go back to Elden Ring for a moment. Like, I kind of wish that I got to play the demo because I forget the name of the horse dude,
the Tree Sentinel.
The Tree Sentinel, is that what he is?
Yep.
Because I can beat him, right? Like I make quick work of them in my campaign. Like I want to be like I want to play it on Switch 2 at an event and be like just beat him my first try. Because I see people playing, I'm like, you're rolling at the wrong times.
Oh yeah.
Like, because I play the game, like I put a decent amount into it, and I beat the DLC already, which is why I'm like I don't need to switch to a version, especially if it's running at 20. But I see people playing, I'm like, oh man,
yeah,
it looks fun.
The people at PAX, I mean, they're not necessarily the same.
I get it. I mean, when I played Elden Ring for the first time, like it took me many tries. Yeah. Like an insufferable amount before I figured it out. But now
have you played other Souls games?
Yeah. I'm a pretty big Souls fan. I haven't played them all. My first actual Souls game was Bloodborne. Then I played Dark Souls Remastered on Switch 1. Loved it, by the way. That version of it. And then after that, I think my next Souls game was Elden Ring. Then I played the DLC, and then I played Demon Souls on PS5. And I love those. So I still have to play Dark Souls 2, 3, and Sekiro. And also now Night Rain.
Sekiro is incredible. Night Rain's a lot of fun. It came out at a really bad time. It was like 3 days before the Switch 2, so I didn't put too much into it. But what I played, I did enjoy.
Yeah, I like so. Yeah, I haven't played it, so I just don't know like how it feels. Like it's short bouts. Like, how does that work?
Yeah, well, so it's 3-player, and you're just like kind of dropped into like this Fortnite style map, and you're running around grabbing Estus flasks or whatever the healing is called, and just taking down bosses and leveling up, and then eventually you get transported to like a bigger boss, and it's a lot of fun. Every run feels different.
So it's like City Trial.
The thing, yeah, that's actually a pretty good. That's actually a pretty good comparison. It's not PvP, you're working together, but
right.
You're running around getting upgraded, and then there's like a final thing. Yeah, that's really funny.
That's
but playing that has me more excited for Duskbloods because I was skeptical about Night Rain, but
and we know that the Duskbloods is multiplayer, but I feel like it's gonna be substantial. Like, do we know like the format of that? I don't know if we do.
They said it's PvPvE, but we also know that Miyazaki's the one directing it, the main From Software guy. This is his first game since Elden Ring. Like, he wasn't involved with Night Rain really. He wasn't involved with Armored Core 6. So he's been cooking this since Elden Ring came out in 2022. Oh, he also didn't do the DLC for Elden Ring. So
he didn't?
Yeah, he was not the lead behind it. I'm pretty sure.
That is interesting.
So he's been doing Duskbloods for almost 4 years now.
Dude, this game's gonna be crazy. Like, I don't know how it's gonna work.
It looks awesome. Yeah, I'm a little skeptical of like the multiplayer stuff, but I mean, it looks like a Bloodborne like spiritual successor, and I love Bloodborne. So
yeah, I guess I'm more concerned about the exploration of it. Like,
how the level design is based on it being multiplayer and like how that'll work. But
I don't know. I guess we'll find out. But I mean,
do you think we're gonna see that on Friday? I kind of feel like that might be a no-show. I don't know.
I want to see it on Friday. Yeah. But I don't.
That feels like a later summer game, maybe next year.
I think the thing is like I'm not well acquainted with like From Software like release timings and stuff, so I'm kind of just like shooting blind here almost.
I guess their past few have been in the summer. Night Rain was June or May. Shadow of the Erdtree was June.
Oh, but they should do a beta test though at some point, right?
Well, I was actually talking to Tucker about that. Like that's the reason I actually think they might show it tomorrow, so they can do a test this year. And then
I would be so hyped for that,
because that game will totally have a beta test. They for every From Software game has like even their single player focused games have player tests. So like,
it makes so much sense.
So maybe we get a little Duskblood's test preview announced for like October or something here. That'd be awesome.
And it kind of makes sense to do it now because there's not that many people who have a Switch 2.
Yeah, and it's actually long enough for them to like implement feedback.
Yeah, if they're aiming for a summer release,
it's not a fake beta, not just for marketing, like actually.
And they could even do a second beta. There's time for that.
I think Night Rain had two, so it's lining up. Duskblood's locking in.
Maybe. If they're aiming for a summer release, it's honestly not that far off.
Yeah.
If they're aiming for a summer release,
do a test like in October, November, and then do another one in like March, and then release it in May, June.
Man, I want this now. Now I'm gonna be disappointed if this doesn't happen. So actually, I'm gonna read the super chat that has me. There's a question in mind for that, and then we'll close out. I got maybe two questions. So Tardy 76. Thank you for the super chat, dude. Love your content. Keep it up. I love watching your vids on my lunch breaks at work. Do you think Animal Crossing will be teased at the Direct? Animal Crossing's 25th is coming up soon. 48 plus million sales, etc. I think we kind of touched on Animal Crossing. Like, I think something that kind of happens with this anniversary talk is that, like while I do think it means something sometimes, like for Mario's 40th, it means something. It might mean something for Zelda, right? But there's a history of there being releases and events for those, right? For Nintendo's other IP,
we've never seen it for Animal Crossing. I don't think, right?
I can't think of anything. There may have been something, but it's never been anything super substantial. Now that doesn't mean that they wouldn't celebrate it, but it would be kind of like, oh well, it's more like for example, Nintendo did not make The Legend of Zelda Skyward Sword so it could be a game that comes out for the 25th anniversary. It just so happened that timing-wise it aligned, so they put 25th anniversary on the box, right? Yeah. Maybe that could happen for Animal Crossing, but yeah. So I mean, Animal Crossing came out what 2001 on the GameCube or 2002, or was there like?
Well, it was on N64 in Japan, so that would be the true origin.
But that would have been like a late.
I think that was 2000. I want to say.
So it would be this year.
Was it a 2001 N64 game? That's crazy. I guess maybe.
Yeah. Came out exclusively in Japan on Nintendo 64 and was later enhanced and released on the GameCube in Japan in 2001. And then localized in 2002. Man, when looking up dates from back in the early 2000s, the 90s is confusing because there's
all the different regions.
Yeah, and versions and changes because like there's like the Pokemon Green, right? Like what even? It gets so complicated.
Yeah.
It is interesting to think about how Animal Crossing was an N64 title. That I think is neat to think about. But anyways,
get so heavily with GameCube.
Right. I don't know. What do you think, Bo? Do you think they're gonna tie in the 20? I mean, if it aligns, sure.
Yeah. I mean, this would be the first. I mean, New Leaf sold really well, obviously, but like this would be the first new Animal Crossing since New Horizons, which I'm sure internally has changed how Nintendo views that franchise. So maybe if it does line up, this would be the time where like, okay, maybe we should go ahead and promote it alongside the anniversary. But I don't know if like they're necessarily like trying to line it up. If it just so happens, I mean, why not? But
right. I think it's a good point you bring up about the sales though. Like what wasn't Switch 2's launch title? The best selling the follow-up to the best-selling game on the console. So what are they going to do to push next year? They're going to put out the follow-up to the second best-selling game on the console. So yeah, I mean, Animal Crossing 2026, I buy it. I buy it a lot.
I think
this is in the third year Switch 2.
Yeah, the third keeps going down the list.
Yeah,
and then we get Zelda in the fourth. There you go. I think Animal Crossing will be out.
Makes a lot of sense.
No later than like March 2027. I could see it being like late next year, but either way, I think we're gonna see it within like 12 months. You know,
we're gonna see a lot in the next 12 months.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, we are.
It's exciting. Very exciting. Shout outs to Boo Mini for gifting membership to JRL Tolkien. Congratulations, JR Tolkien, and thank you, Boo Mini, for that membership.
Boo Mini the goat. Shout out.
The goat. Yes, absolutely. I had a question for you, but I completely forgot it.
Oh.
I'm gonna ask you another question then instead. Anything else you want to predict for the? I mean, you got your own predictions, so I don't want to spoil everything here. Guys, again, make sure to check out Bo. His channel is linked in the description below. Bo Talks Games. And you also have that other channel. It's a me Bo.
Yeah, for that's more reviews and collecting stuff. Other predictions? I mean, for first party stuff, like it's interesting because there's already so many games announced, right? Like we just need dates for so much stuff. Splatoon, Hyrule Warriors, Metroid, Rhythm Heaven, Tomodachi Life. And then we talked about 3D Mario and like Mario Wonder.
Mm-hmm.
We haven't really talked about third party stuff.
I know
Resident Evil 7 is the big talking thing right now. I mean, that's a 10-year-old game, but I mean, I love that game. So
I would love to. I never played it. I played Village.
Did you like
play that one? I did like Village.
If you like Village, 7's better than Village. I mean, I like Village a lot too, but 7, there's something about that game, man.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't love the story of Village.
Yeah.
Like it kind of felt.
That's probably
crazy.
one of the weaker stories, yeah.
But the world, the atmosphere, the adventure, the gameplay, that was good.
I would say my dream for that would be they announced 7 is out in October, right around Halloween. Put 8 out in like January, just in time for 9 to launch day and date in February. That'd be huge.
I don't believe it, but I would love it.
Yeah. I think Requiem will come, but it'll come later.
I think I've been burned too many times of thinking, oh, maybe this will finally be day and date. You know, like I'm sure there's gonna be more day and date titles, but I mean, right now
Chronos is smaller, but that was a huge surprise when that popped up in the partner showcase. I was like, wait a minute, what? That's like a real AAA game, kind of. That's weird. Kind of.
Yeah, some people don't, but it's a pretty big deal.
Yeah.
And if that can happen, certainly others can happen as well.
Yeah.
I just think developers really like the whole second wind thing. I mean, it makes sense though, right? Like you look at the Chronos situation and maybe like I can see how a lot of companies could look at it. Man, we really got swallowed there. And they were like, well, what if we just waited to release it on Switch 2 later? It would have had a second wind, and gotten all the attention instead of being shoehorned in, with all this other stuff during the time. Like, I hate it, but it does make sense.
Yeah, like, I mean, this month, right now, there's no first-party game, but, like, for me, there's so many third-party things coming out that I want to play. Even that the Trails in the Sky remake that got a Switch 2 version announced, like, last week. Like, there's so much stuff to play. That's all. Like, the third-party stuff has been kind of sporadic, kind of just, like, a couple games a month. But, like, starting this month through the rest of the year, there's just, like 10-plus games each month.
Yeah. I mean, the other thing is that like there's a lot of competition because people recognize that there is an advantage to having a game out early on the console as well, right? So there's kind of like, you pick and choose. But what about like 3 or 4 years into the console's life? Do we get day and date then? Or do they wait intentionally because of this whole second wind thing?
Yeah. I guess that'll come down to the publisher. Atlas is one I don't really trust to do day and date ever. I feel like they're always like trying to get us to double dip. And it usually works. So, but hopefully Persona 6 would be day and date.
I might double dip on 7 Remake.
Oh yeah, I'm excited to play that in handheld.
Yeah. Cause I never played the integrated version and actually never finished the game either originally on PS4. And supposedly this version is better than that. So that's super interesting to me. Yeah. I think I'm excited for it. Like
I hope that's this year because that's another one of those games like
it's supposed to be this year.
It's just no, it's just this winter. Like
really?
Hyrule Warriors. Yeah.
Schnazzles. Elden Ring's this year.
Yes.
Officially.
Okay. Yes. Yeah.
Yeah. That's an interesting point. Huh.
So I could see Final Fantasy being like January or something. But also, I mean, the port seems like it's good, rock solid, so I don't know why they would wait, but they also have a lot of other stuff already coming out. They have Dragon Quest and Octopath releasing this holiday, so maybe they just want to settle on it for a little bit.
Yeah. But then they have
sit on the much bigger game.
An Elliot next year, and that's going to dominate.
Oh, I cannot wait, dude.
Yeah. It's be crazy.
I'm gonna be that game's strongest soldier. Just promoting it. Like, please play Elliot.
Yeah, no, I mean, it's fire. Like, I don't know if we're gonna get 2D Zelda anytime soon, but we got Adventures of Elliot, so it's gonna be awesome. All right. I really wish I remember the other question I had for you, but I don't.
Damn, you've been pondering it this whole time, trying to remember.
I didn't ponder it, but I feel like it would have been easier for it to just pop in if I just didn't think about it. Taker's extent with a super chat. Anything Zelda in this direct besides Age of Imprisonment? That's a good question. No, is my thought. I will say that the same. It's not the same. I was gonna say it may be somewhat similar to Legacy and Luigi's Mansion 4, but I don't think it is because I think something like a new Zelda. A new 3D Zelda or an Ocarina of Time remake, whatever they decide to show next for Zelda, like that's gonna be the showstopper, right? Like I don't think you show that and 3D Mario and Animal Crossing the same direct. Those all each get their own direct as the big reveal. Like I could see Luigi's Mansion 4 and Project Legacy being like that second big thing, right? That they're second to, Smash, 3D Mario, Animal Crossing, 3D Zelda. So I would say unlikely, pretty unlikely. I mean, could they announce a smaller Zelda project? They could, but I just don't see what they would do. Like it just doesn't seem like a good idea to do right now. I mean, we just got Echoes of Wisdom. Like they could maybe announce Four Swords. Well, I
don't know if that game needs it. You're right. You're right. Yeah.
So, and also for Link's Awakening as well. So like I
would say like. Aside from Age of Imprisonment, like maybe Twilight Princess on NSO, like I really, it doesn't feel like the time is right for Zelda right now. Like
Twilight Princess NSO is maybe the best thing.
Yeah, most realistic.
Yeah, and I do think there's a lot of potential for Zelda stuff next year. Like I mean, like I said, like there are rumors. I think we could get multiple Zelda things for the 40th anniversary. Maybe like a Four Swords thing, and something bigger, as I just mentioned. So, yeah. I don't know, man. We've been going for 2 hours and 40 minutes. I feel like we've definitely talked a good amount. I know we probably could dive even deeper, but yeah, I think we've reached a good conclusion. That's just something else you want to mention.
Well, I think we're good. A lot of first party announcements we're expecting. Well, once again, it's like there's so many dates we need. I've seen some people dooming that there's not going to be that many first party reveals, but like. If we get all the games we already have announced, plus like 3D Mario and maybe like a Fire Emblem remake or something, like that's like already one of the best directs, to be honest. Like that, because there's so much they have to show. Maybe they skip out on showing like Tomodachi Life again, but I don't know. Or like Splatoon Raiders. But actually, I think Splatoon Raiders will open the direct, personally.
Okay. Yeah.
And then third party stuff. That's just always a hit or miss.
Me thinking about like worst case scenario, I'm still getting a new Metroid Prime 4 trailer. Is it possible that I go 60 minutes without seeing anything else and I'm like, oh yes. Like I don't I'm expecting another update for Legends EA in the direct, by the way.
Yeah, they'll show up Mega or something.
Yeah, they fell behind, I think, by intentionally with the whole Malamar thing, because that could have been last year's reveal, but they teased it last year and they teased it more this week, and then they revealed it again. But I think one of the Pokemon creators actually like retweeted the direct, which doesn't always mean something, but I mean, come on, it's Pokemon. They've been heavily marketing it everywhere.
Well, like, the rumor was that there's another Pokemon thing that's going to be announced.
Oh, right, a spin-off. I remember that. I saw some like almost certainly fake, super bogus like Pokemon Rumble thing
Please, I love Rumble. I love me a good simple game. Put that on the eShop. Shadow drop it.
Yeah, my brain's like, nah, give us Pokken Tournament 2, bro.
See, that's the real answer. I like me a good stupid Rumble game, but Pokken, God, I love Pokken.
That's the Rumble and Pokken Tournament sequel would be.
That'd be huge. I mean,
that would be probably more exciting to be the Legends ZA. So, yeah, I'd be over the moon for that. I mean, do you remember when we saw Pokken for the first time? Like, there was like a leaked screenshot, and we're like, oh my god, that thing looks incredible.
Yeah, looked fake, almost like it was too good.
Yeah, it was like it's too good to be true. Wait, well, wasn't there a Pokemon spinoff that was leaked from the Terra leak? Pokemon like you could ride on top of Garchomp and Electivire.
Synapse, Project Synapse.
Yeah, what if it's that?
It could be. I thought that whole thing was confusing. I feel like the final word on that, after everybody like looked through the files, was that game wasn't happening.
But there was two different code names that seemed to be like overlapping, or
it could be that, because I think it was Ilka was doing that or something.
Yeah, I think that at least at one point, and then it was supposedly canned or something. Like, I got to go back and like look at that stuff.
I mean, a Pokemon spinoff would be a great like announcement now, February release, early next year.
I mean, yeah, announce it now, and it comes out during the 30th anniversary, right? Instead of a paid DLC for Legends ZA. You got Legends ZA free update in the beginning of the year, then the summer Pokemon Synapse, and then Gen 10 for the holidays. Like, that would be a good.
And well, I think we'll finally get Red, Blue, and Yellow on Switch Online for.
That would be fire
for Pokemon Day for the 30th anniversary. They've been saving it, man. There's got to be a reason. Like,
that makes sense.
Yeah. That's what they did last time for the 20th. That's when they added on the virtual.
Is that when it was on the eShop for 3DS?
Yeah, that was for the 20th anniversary. So,
and it was great to have it on there, but it's also been strange to not, like, it was on the eShop just for 3DS. Like, it's just so weird that it just never did it. But yeah, to your point, like, they just kind of saved it for this, I guess. Hopefully they do Silver and Gold at the same time. They're just like, yeah, here's all of them.
Yeah, at least give us Gen 1 and 2 all together.
What if they did something different? What if they did like a Pokemon collection, right? Where it's red, blue, green, probably not, no, red, blue, yellow. Maybe it's green depending on what region you buy it in, right? And they also have silver and gold and crystal, and they kind of like have it set up. And so what's interesting about this is that it's set up so you can transfer these Pokemon into Pokemon Home and Champions and stuff.
Yeah.
And you could actually like the same way it works for like NSO, where you can link up with your friends and trade and battle. Like they just do that, like as a whole thing. Like, and it's like a physical release. Like, it's a 30th anniversary physical release. It's like the 3D All Stars. It'll sell like 20 million copies.
I'd be all over that.
I'd be all over it twice. Probably not. Well, I mean, it could become a pretty big collector's item. Actually,
I would buy whatever. If there's two, if they separate the versions, sell them separately, I'd buy both. If there's a special edition, I'd buy it. Like, I don't care. I just want a way to play those games on a console that isn't my 3DS.
Man, Pokemon 30th anniversary collection.
They'd make so much money, you know.
Bro, people are gonna eat like that. Yeah,
that would feed generations at Game Freak.
Yeah, this kind of makes a lot of sense. Like, yeah, my brain's turning on this one.
It's also kind of smart to have it separate from NSO, because like, I don't know if like they can. I mean, I'm sure they can figure it out, but NSO communicating with Home might be a little weird.
That's a good point.
Yeah, so maybe they sell it separately on the eShop and physically,
and make more money,
and make significantly more money.
Yeah, because the thing is, like, they don't even have to like enhance the visuals, right? Like, they just
just put the ROMs on there. I don't even just make the ROMs look pretty.
And I mean, they could have
add
like
a cool background,
the little filter thing to make it look like
make it
Game
green
Boy color and Game Boy color. Like, they could do green, they could do color, they could do backlit, like they could do some stuff. But yeah, man, I want this. It's got to happen now.
I think. All right.
But yeah, maybe. Yeah, but anyway, I think that is all for now. Guys, again, make sure to check out Bo. It was good to have you on, bro. Hopefully, we don't wait another, I don't know how long. Another 6 months before the next direct. Probably, hopefully not that long.
February, man. Get excited.
I won't worry about this one for now. But all right, man. See you soon.
Yeah, that was just fun. Thank you for having me.
Yeah, dude. All right. Good night, everyone. See you later.
See you guys.